We're live. I hope this is all working because I got all dressed up for today. Bro, the people who this is their first Player's Choice episode are going to be so confused. They're going to be so confused. So I guess we could start the show off with explaining what I'm doing here. So hello TikTok, because this is probably the first place this is going. So hello TikTok, because this is whose audio is playing. Oh,
that was mine. My bad.
You're good. So here's the deal. I don't remember when this was. This was about halfway or just after halfway point, maybe right before All-Star break. I made a comment just in passing. Didn't even really make a bet, but I said something in passing that there's no way, based on the way that the Celtics were playing, it looked like there was no way they would even make the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone the finals. So I said if the Boston Celtics made the finals this season, I would eat a jar of mayonnaise. And that's not why I'm wearing this Maid outfit, but that's why I have this. Now, why am I wearing this Maid outfit? Well, I made a bet that the Mavericks would beat the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, and I lost. So here we are. You're probably wondering when I'm going to take that first bite of Mayo.
Listen, that's all I'm here for, man. I don't really care about the Maid outfit. Low key, I'm worried about like the second and third and fourth scoops because that's when the stomach is going to really decide whether or not it's going to like this.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. I made this deal, I think, 2 or so episodes ago. I'm not going to eat this whole thing. There's absolutely no way. But I will let you guys decide when I take my scoops. So I'm not just going to sit here and eat willy-nilly. I'm going to wait until someone tells me to eat, and hopefully you guys forget about 30 minutes into the show. So I'm going to prove that this is Mayo. This is brand new. I'm going to crack this open. See if you can hear it. Brand new. Brand new Mayo.
So how far down do you have to go? Pause.
Bro, I'm just going to take scoops when you tell me to. That's it.
All right, well, let's kick the show off then, man. You got to get a nice little scoop to start it off, right?
Dude, I hate this already. Why did I do this? How big of a scoop?
Why did you do this?
I don't know.
This is pretty bad. Mars was good, man. Back with the hoodie.
Yeah. I mean,
yo, look at this.
The no hoodie was a one-time thing, but I'm just here for the mayonnaise at this point.
Yeah, okay.
This is a huge scoop.
Can we give Andrew Wiggins his flowers?
We're making JD eat mayo. Yes, we can.
And he has the gloves on. That's really fire. And Mars, I liked you better without the hoodie.
Wow. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm about to roll up, bro.
That's tough.
Oh, oh my God.
And that's what you get too. That's what you get. I'm enjoying this.
Wait, JD, are you finishing that whole bottle?
Fuck, I might not even finish this first bite.
You got to get at least 5 in.
You want to switch to ketchup?
No.
You know you could mix the mayonnaise with ketchup. No, is it ketchup? Twirl it around.
Ketchup.
It's a good.
Man.
It's a good little concoction.
It's the concoction for real.
Yeah. You ever saw Good Burgers? You can't go throw up. We have to see the throw up.
Oh my God!
Look at your hairy legs. Look at the hairy legs go.
You know.
Oh, that's disgusting, man.
Doubtfire.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. So JD, I don't know if you can hear us. There we go. Headphones on. Since you spit this one out, that one clearly doesn't count.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, for real.
it's a lot of pause-worthy things that are going to be said.
Yeah,
I feel like
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm just not taking that big of a scoop next time. Oh my
Just pause the
god!
show.
I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, it won't be that bad.
This is bad.
Oh my god! You want me to take another one?
Eventually, you can take a break for a second.
Just for a second, though.
Oh my
You know what I realized about the chat? I don't even feel like starting off nasty. Where's my espresso? Yo, Jeremiah, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm chilling, man. How about you?
I heard a little rumor.
I like
there's
rumors.
6 of us up here. We can go process of elimination. There's 6 of us up here. I think me and you had one episode together, and it was a jam-packed episode. But I heard you're receiving some hate. I've heard good things about you in the comments, but bad things about you in the group chat.
Some hate. That sounds about right. I'm used to that.
Why do you think that? Do you know who OJ Knows Sports is? I think that's his name.
OJ Knows Sports. Maybe if I saw his face.
Maybe it's OG Knows Sports. He's on TikTok. He's Bozo Man Jr.
Okay.
He always clips up our TikToks and he gets hella mad because he's like, yo, all these guys do is clickbait and this. I'm not even going to reply. I can't wait to get his ass up on the show to Edward Scissorhand him. I'm really gonna apply pressure to him. Pause.
I have something to say. Why are you laughing? This has nothing to do with the angle you're going with. I just have to ask JD. I asked him in the chat, but I just have to ask him while the world's watching. Why did he choose those emojis for the last episode with the caption "Shaq goes in on Dell"?
Ask Shaq.
Emojis?
Oh, Shaq told you to.
I did not orchestrate this. I did not. You want to
I
know
don't know
Shaq
what
was the
emoji
architect.
I don't know what
Shaq was the
emojis you mean.
architect of the Will Smith Chris Rock.
No.
Oh, man.
I just have to know. Because as I'm in the conversation, I'm not noticing it's being viewed as a Chris Rock Will Smith thing. So I'm just wondering, like, you know,
That was
as
not
a man,
here
I
for
just have to.
clickbait.
Oh, it was clickbait. I don't know. It was heated. It was a heated discussion.
It wasn't.
And now
it
onto
wasn't-
my
It
second
wasn't
topic.
Will Smith, Chris Rock heated, but
My second
It wasn't even
discussion.
close.
I'll bring that up later. After Jeremiah gets more words, and I'll bring it up later.
Yeah, so back to Jeremiah temporarily. And Dale, I knew that was coming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was. People were sending to me like, "Yo, what happened? You and Shaq good? Yada yada." I'm like,
so it worked.
I
yeah,
literally
but these
went
are my
back to
close
that
friends
and I
asking me this.
and I was laughing.
Oh, right.
Yo, it's no way you're trying to compare that thumbnail to what I endured for almost 3 hours. There's no way that you're trying to do
Shaq,
It's my moment.
Shaq.
It's my moment.
You can have all the moments you want, but
That was my
that was gross.
the
Your whole
thumbnail.
soliloquy was gross. You made me go back and watch the show and got even mad that I had to watch that grossness again.
Laurent said he watched it for a full hour last night, and his one takeaway was Dub needs to shut up. That was his one takeaway.
That's
I
fine.
incentivized him to go and watch it. I said it was fun. I hate this energy right now.
I broke up, so I'm happy I didn't get here to Ron one takeaway. My Wi-Fi went out, so it's good.
It was that Dub needs to shut up.
Oh.
I felt I came in, I got whatever off my chest off. It was quite a few people in the comments that also agreed with me. And one guy even say Dale was definitely throwing lobs off the backboard. And that was just like my bend. I felt like Johnny Depp. Like I secured a win. That was my win. I think we're even now, but if we're gonna keep,
Shaq, it's never gonna stop because you made me watch that episode and I got more mad. This is why I said what I said.
20,000 people.
I got mad. I got more mad.
To me.
No.
People viewed what you did to me.
I got mad. This is the second time you put me in that predicament of me of an NBA player, and you thinking that this is the second time. The first time was gross. The first time was gross. You said I set you up for KD, which is weird. You said that first, and now it's
you did set me up for KD, but since me and KD bygones be bygones, you know, I kind of got to move.
I'll just text AP to come back to the next show, and you guys tussle again, and I won't say a word.
No, I mean that's what you did the first show, but you can ad lib and throw those alley-oops off the backboard like you did the first time. But
I don't know
what.
No, I didn't see it. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And I want Euro to watch it again because Euro is the most logical, critical, even keel thinker on this panel. I think he'll. I don't think he. Did you see Lobs? Was it Lobs? I'm confused.
Listen, man. As you just stated, you know, I try to be neutral as much as possible, bro. And this seemed like something between both of y'all. I'm really trying to get in the middle of this, man.
Great answer. Great answer.
Me and Dale any longer. But he has to take his energy to JD now.
No. But if it's anyone, if anyone that could give a logical, if he says your side, then I'll have to look over and open my eyes more because you or I will listen. JD is he has. I don't think he could play both sides or whatever. Like he's in a different. Jeremiah was there as well, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't Jeremiah on that show? That's when he was mute.
I mean, it was his first show.
So?
Are you talking about the one with Eric?
Yep.
Yeah, I was there.
I mean, you can't listen, man. You can't expect Jeremiah to like just go out and like say this and that, whatever. You didn't even know. I mean, I'm not trying to say that it's an intimidating thing. You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. Like, I wasn't as vocal. You know what I mean? When I first came on, let alone there being an NBA player that, you know, everybody's like, you know, focusing in on trying to ask questions and everything like that. So you can't really blame Jeremiah for kind of just, you know, sitting in the passenger seat and letting the people who are the show do the show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to speak for you, Jeremiah, though. And somebody's sitting in the airport terminal or something. What's all that background noise?
It's probably mine. It's going crazy over here.
Oh.
In the meantime, Jeremiah, I would love to hear what you. I would like to move on, but since Dale clearly he's just filed another grievance after I filed mine last week, and we're back on the subject after I slept peacefully for as long as I have, and now Dale wants to bring this back up.
I love starting the show filing grievances. Just started calling it filing grievances. This shit is hilarious.
It's a new segment, yeah.
It's so fire.
And based off of the group chat, I didn't know that Dale was upset.
Oh my God, so funny.
At least with me.
Oh no, I'm not upset at you. It was just gross. I saw the thumbnail. I wasn't a fan of the thumbnail. I felt like less of a man seeing myself get slapped without knowing why I got slapped.
So what do you call what I got?
Nothing.
I got nothing, but you got slapped. So who do you felt like? So who do you felt like? Okay, Jeremiah, let's get your take on this. Since you've seen the show, how do you feel like the energy was?
On the one with EP?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty normal for me. Like, I just tried to, like Will said, just sit back and let the coach do the coaching and kind of, you know, get in where I fit in. But other than that, I thought that
you didn't feel like it was just one person getting attacked.
No, not really.
Because it became two with Mars.
I mean,
Shaq. If someone comes on the show and says, "I only have smoke with Shaq and Mars," like that's their intro. Why do you think that's something I'm doing? That's the smoke they wanted. I have no problem with Euro. I don't have no problem with Dale, with JD. Shaq and Mars takes. That was said. That has nothing to do with me per se.
I'm over it. I'm over it. And
Mayo man, mayonnaise man,
Stop,
it's your world.
Please. Oh my God, I thought you were telling me to eat mayo.
Dale, what's going on? Dale, are we? Dale, no way. Are we good? Like, is everybody cool? Because I don't want to move on and have this linger longer than it already has.
I hope this lingers for like a month.
This is bad mojo.
Just super, super awkward. Oh my god. I hope Dell comes back because we're kicking the show off with a 1v1 actually.
I don't know if Dale's in the right mindset, but I can maybe take over for him.
Before we actually do that, I forgot these super chats are coming through. Jam Simple, JD, are we still friends after this? Yes, of course. Modog donated through the super chat. Wasn't Tatum corny for that Kobe text? That being said, he needs to text MJ daily if he wants a chance to beat the Warriors 4 times.
The second part of that message is funny. I didn't really know why everybody was up in arms about that Kobe text.
I didn't find it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you have to kind of like lose somebody close to you to kind of understand the mindset that you're in. Because when you're on the outside looking in and you're accomplishing greatness like he has been during this playoff run.
Right. And I know a few people that have lost some, family members or like loved ones close to them that they still text, So like I can understand how that can do something for you emotionally in a beneficial way. And he just shared it with everybody.
And it's motivation. Yeah, and it's motivation. Maybe, should he have gone public with it? Who cares? Don't let that distract you from Patrick Beverley and Draymond Green being possibly the 2 nastiest NBA players right now off the court.
It sounds like something you want to get into, Shaq.
No, I didn't like how Patrick Beverley brought up Paul George when he was eavesdropping.
Oh, yeah. He just threw him in the mix. He's like, I'm not even going to say any names. And like, all right, never mind. I'm going to say it. It was PG. Like that joint.
Yeah. That was nasty.
Yeah.
Draymond's attack on Kevin Durant was nasty. I hate, and we can talk about that because I don't know if it's on the doc.
But he was right though, wasn't he? I thought I saw a stat where I think KD got double teamed twice, and then Steph got double teamed 40 plus times in those finals.
Yeah, it's just weird. I feel like there's some context bending going on there. Just in my opinion.
I can see that too.
Yeah, I did want to chime in on that. I saw that too. I think those double teams, people are counting like when teams are like blitzing pick and rolls. They're counting those as double teams, which to me doesn't feel like a true double team in the same way that like a guy's one-on-one on the wing and you bring another dude. You know what I mean? Versus blitzing a pick and roll.
Where JR and LeBron was chasing him, I'm like, well, that was just clearly a miscommunication. You can say what you want. I mean, you're on a fast break. You're already outnumbered. Everybody's scrambling. But yeah, counting pick and rolls as a double is extremely disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know if that's what he's doing. I just feel like it all has to do with defense. It's like they have KD, they have Klay, they have Steph. Like, pick your poison. Who do you want to zero in on? Because you're going to get smoked regardless. So they could have very easily doubled KD and then left Klay and Steph open on a swing, double swing, whatever. And then, like, do you really want that? So I just felt like they just picked the lesser of, it's not even the lesser of evils. It's just like, whatever,
I just don't understand why they would double team Klay. Double team Steph like that. And if they were double teaming Steph like that, why were the games so close? Why did a lot of them go down to the wire?
Do you think the games would have been close if they had double teamed KD?
I don't think anybody was double teamed. KD doesn't use pick and rolls, so it's kind of hard to do a hard hedge on him, which I'm pretty sure they probably would have. I mean, it's hard to guard NBA players as is. So yeah, that was weird because all the clips that they were showing of Steph potentially getting doubled, it just looked like a lot of pick and roll clips.
Yeah.
That's where the context bend came from. So, weird.
All right, well, Dell's back, so we can get into this 1v1. Dell, did you know that you had a 1v1 coming against Mars today?
Not at all. Hopefully my Wi-Fi don't go out. Let's get it.
All right.
You know I didn't look at the DOC.
We got Steph and Jokic versus Kevin Durant and Embiid. Which team is easier to build around? Chat's going to decide the winner based on the better argument. Obviously, Dell, I'm assuming you're going with Kevin Durant and Embiid, Mars, Steph and Jokic. So whoever
you're picking first, it's that.
Whoever wants to start.
But I can't. It's weird. I think you chose for me, but I like I don't want to argue because I think we have the same. I think it's Jokic and Steph as well. So could you make something else up that it could be a real tussle?
You'd rather have Steph and Jokic over Kevin Durant and Embiid?
No, I'll take KD and Embiid. I'll take KD and Embiid. It's okay. But you said build around. It's different.
We could just do.
Why do we
do?
Why do we do? Everybody here knows you were going KD and Embiid, and you just tried to act like you were going to take Jokic and Steph.
But when you ask a question, bro, if you ask me a question, who's easier to build around, honestly speaking, between Jokic and Steph and KD and Embiid, I would say Jokic and Steph. I would as a just thinking. I think Embiid and KD are the better two. But build around.
So who would you put around KD and Embiid? What type of players?
It's harder, but I have to sit and think. With Jokic and Steph, it's easier to think of supplemental pieces.
Like who?
For Jokic and anyone, literally, I could just think anyone.
I feel like it's the same with Embiid and KD.
Nah, no. I think they're the better talent, though. And I'm sorry I messed up y'all 1v1, by the way.
The chat is asking for another scoop of the Mayo, JD. Sorry to interrupt.
God damn.
Felt like that was pressing.
I hate you.
Great interruption.
I got you, chat.
Thank you, Taz. Thank you, Jeremy.
I feel like you're going for an apology that I'm not prepared to give right now. I didn't make the thumbnail. I didn't create the thumbnail. I didn't say no to the thumbnail. I thought the thumbnail was fire, but now I feel like
Hold on.
Chat,
Hold on. Whoa.
I'm over no BS, Shaq. I'm over the thumbnail. Like I didn't even think about it after that little soliloquy. I swear to God.
No, but now I'm thinking about it, and I don't like how it's portrayed in your personal group chat messages between you and your close friends.
Oh no! I was lying. No one sent it to me. I just need to use that as bait. Yeah, not of so. Yeah, no. I was using that as a little ammo.
That was nice ammo.
Yeah, I know. It went well.
The illest pump fake. I believe that too. I'm like, oh shit.
Nah, it went well.
I was like, now this.
When I sent this show, everyone laughed at it. It wasn't. I just wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll choose. I think. I don't know. I feel like both talents are really good players. Jokic and KD. I mean, KD and Embiid versus Jokic and Steph. A weird combination. But I feel like Jokic could play Draymond's position and be that much more effective. But then it's like, is Draymond on the green, on the team, on the floor? Who's going to play defense?
I think it's a singular. KD is very easy to play with as a singular person. He's the easiest superstar I think it is to play with than anyone else. But then when you add Embiid, it becomes more difficult. And I think Steph is very easy as well. So is Jokic. So them two are just more easier. And if I put myself in the shoe, who I think would be more beneficial, it would definitely be for myself. If I was playing, you pick a two to play with, I would pick Steph and Jokic.
So what about Luka and Embiid?
I think that's even worse than KD and Embiid. Mars, who do you think is easier to play with?
Easier to play with, I say Steph and Jokic. If we were building, you could argue KD and Embiid just because Embiid's better defensively. It would be easier to build around a good defensive center. But I wouldn't make that argument, but that's the only way I could really see it being made. Because KD and Embiid, you need a point guard, and that's something hard to find. But the defensive aspect of Steph and Jokic is you'd need defenders around them, whereas KD and Embiid, they're already pretty good defensively. Embiid's really good. So that's where the easier aspect comes in, but that's about it.
Yeah, but you see, it's how I view things. When you say build a team, I'm just always thinking offensively and how it will work on offense.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I can't argue because then I got Steph and Jokic.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I want to lean KD and Embiid because of the point Mars made is, can you build a playoff level defense around Jokic?
I'm not sure.
No.
Don't know.
But this is the thing. I think you can. It's all honestly, it's all system based when you look at defense. Because I always go back. Look at the Dallas Mavericks. Like they was a very good defensive team, and you're not really looking at the pieces before and say like, yo, this team is gonna be a team that locks up. I know I wasn't. So whatever Jason Kidd and them was doing in practice and the system base or whatever, you have Finney Smith, solid on ball defender. Who else?
Reggie Bullock.
Like Reggie Bullock. Like it's
Okay,
like
but take out the big and add Jokic. It's gonna have to automatically be a different scheme based off of the players that are good enough on offense.
take out Dwight Powell. He didn't really play. Who else did they put at the
Maxi
five?
Kleber.
Maxi Kleber.
He's a good defender.
I just don't see Jokic moving like that. I just see
It's hard. It's hard to build. It's hard to have a good defense with a center who's average at best. Like, I don't think there's any defenses that have been very good with a center who wasn't very good themselves, or at least a forward who was very good.
Love Jokic though.
MVP back to back. Let's get it.
That's not why I love him, but love Wiggins too.
All-star, starter,
Oh,
Finals
man.
MVP.
He's everything.
Yo, some of my like takes that you hated Shaq's are looking really, really good right now. Like Wiggins, Jason Tatum. Like
the only thing is I can say I love Wiggins when he's on the Golden State Warriors. The same way I love Draymond when he's on the Golden State Warriors. I don't have to hate on him because he's on the Golden State Warriors.
no.
He's
But
in a very good
I'm
position.
gonna tell you one thing about Wiggins though. When Wiggins was on the Timberwolves, people would call him a bust or whatever, but he was averaging 21 to 22 points.
Mhm.
Like he was he was scoring the
Empty
basketball.
stats,
Of course, okay, that's my whatever. Empty stats this, empty stats that, but he wasn't a bust. You
Was
know
he
what
a
I'm
loser?
saying? Oh
Yes.
yeah, top
100%.
tier.
Oh, I hate this so much, Bill. I hate this so
Yeah,
much.
Top tier.
That just goes to show what I've been saying for years. When you plug anybody onto that Golden State Warriors team, they just all of a sudden just become unstoppable. An Avenger immediately. Look
Not
at Andrew
anyone.
Wiggins' career.
Not anyone.
About legacy. You
D'Angelo
talk about
Russell
legacy,
got
Marv?
up out of there.
Kelly Oubre was there. He was terrible.
Wait. Who played with D'Angelo Russell? Who was healthy? Let's not do that.
Steph, Draymond.
With this,
Yeah,
with this
Steph
healthy
was
team,
there for like 10 games. But
with the healthy roster, you can plug pretty much. Tobias Harris will be doing the same thing in that system.
as Hugh Wiggins,
Yes, as Andrew Wiggins is right now.
not defensively.
I don't think he's a good defensive player like Andrew on ball.
I don't, but
But-
don't act
but
like
Tobias
Tobias
is
that
Tobias-
crazy because
Yeah,
you can
it's
plug
not- it's
Tobias
not-
into
it's-
a
yeah, it's
defensive
not- it's
scheme.
not that
He'll
crazy.
hold his
Yeah.
own.
It's
Yeah,
not
but he's
that
not
crazy.
guarding. He's not guarding
He
Luka.
doesn't. But he doesn't have to exert any. Yes, he is. He doesn't have to exert any energy, as much energy on offense, so he can focus on defense. It's not that hard to stop Luka when you have a team full of 5 defensive-minded guys, especially a team like the Golden State Warriors. You switch now, Draymond's on you. You're literally shading Luka to where you want him to go.
Yeah, and I don't trust Tobias Harris to be able to do
So
that
you
to the
think
level
so?
Andrew
Tobias
Wiggins.
Harris was plugged in. You think that series would have been any different?
Well, no,
just a
because we're
simple
we're just so much better. But I don't think he does what Andrew Wiggins does.
Bottom line is you guys are so much better. That's the only point that I'm making. You can plug anybody into Andrew Wiggins' spot, and it would be similar outcomes across the board.
Is
Jimmy
this
Butler.
your way of trying to go back and say KD wasn't needed?
No, I don't. I'm not bringing up KD.
Okay, because I felt like that's where I was going. As in,
No.
it was
I'm just saying
easy
the
to
Golden
plug
State
in anyone.
Warriors, as constructed, are a really good dynasty.
I agree.
So,
All right. Oh, super chat. Jeremy Barnes, is a healthy PG better than Book?
Yes.
Yes.
I hate you, chat. Cam Cobain, super chat.
only off experience.
Cam Cobain, who's the most skilled overall, Damian Lillard or Allen Iverson? And this is about to be a perfect segue, so thank you.
Let's just make the segue. We have a whole episode dedicated to that, but let's make the segue.
Damian Lillard versus, same thing as last episode with Anthony Edwards, except now we're doing Damian Lillard. I have a list of names. You're going to tell me, are you taking Damian Lillard or are you taking the other player? We're going to go Shaq, Jeremiah Euro, Mars, Dell. We're just going to go name by name, and everyone's going to give their response for that name. All right, Shaq, Damian Lillard, or Isaiah Thomas? Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Damian Lillard or Allen Iverson?
I'm going to have to go Dame on this one.
I'm going to go Allen.
AI.
Dame.
AI.
Damian Lillard or Grant Hill?
I'm going to go Dame.
For the injuries, Grant was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go Grant.
Grant.
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill.
Damian Lillard or Trae Young?
Damian Lillard.
Dame.
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 Damian Lillard or Klay Thompson?
Klay.
Damian.
Klay.
Dame.
Dame.
Damian Lillard or Chris Paul?
I'm going CP.
Yeah, CP3.
CP.
Chris Paul.
Chris.
Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving?
I'm going to go Kyrie.
I'm going to go Damian.
Dame.
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 That's the list.
Why'd you guys take?
Kyrie?
Why'd you guys? Oh, okay.
Dell, why you ain't choose Kyrie?
Why? I always think Dame is better than Kyle.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, always. Yeah, always.
Why-
Because I always go back to with Dame like being by himself. He won. Like now he's like he always take his team to the playoffs when he's healthy, no matter who's on the squad. And before Kyle got Braun, he was, like he wasn't really making playoffs pushes in the East like that. And Dame would
Isn't there an obvious reason for that, though?
What are you talking about?
Like roster-based?
Damian Lillard was the fifth pick. It's not like he walked into and he only was with Aldridge for a little bit of while. Like
Wait,
he was
with Aldridge, though. You can't just say that and negate that. I mean, Cavs literally had nobody until LeBron got there, and then they won a championship once he got there with Kyrie.
You said he had no one. I think Kyrie had a team that could have fight for a better position, like 8th or 9th in the East before LeBron got there. Me personally, I just think that in the East, I think it was more, and they was just like losing, like no playoffs for 4 years. When did LeBron get there? 15 or 16?
15.
15,
2014, 15, yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you guys
on-
take Klay over Dame? That's what confused me.
Why did what?
Why
Me-
did you took Klay
because when I
over
look at
Damian Lillard?
because when I look at Klay, like the basis of the argument or the comparison automatically switched because Dame to me is like number one option, even though he's not to you, and Klay to me has always ever been just quote unquote a role player. So now I'm looking at Dame being the number two option. I'd rather have Klay as the number two option than I do Dame.
I was surprised Shaq took Klay based on his argument he was just having about Andrew Wiggins and saying everybody you plug in could be who they are.
No, I feel like Klay Thompson is an instant game changer. That's the reason the Golden State Warriors are like that right now. Without Klay, I feel like they would struggle. I don't know if they make the finals or not, but every series is going to be a lot harder without Klay Thompson.
Oh, that makes sense though. But I think when you're picking it, I don't think you're putting like whoever's going to about to play with the Warriors. I think you're taking the player for the player.
And also Shaq, isn't that because? Isn't that because it's Klay and somebody like two other guys or three other guys on the court with him?
Yeah, I feel like that goes without saying. If I'm picking Klay, then that means I have room for another bigger role player or a bigger star to come in, and they will function together. I just don't understand. I'm really baffled by this Kyrie Irving take that Dame didn't have maybe a team that was 10 to 15 times better than anything Kyrie Irving ever had in those first 4 years before LeBron got there. Like, it was bad. Tremendously bad. So that's a really weird take for me because I feel like Dame came in and had a really good team around him.
I don't think it's that bad because you also have to balance the scales with the difference in Eastern and Western conferences.
It doesn't matter. I can't in any conference. I can't do anything with this team. Not any conference. It was 3 years of Omar Caspi, Tristan Thompson. Shit.
So if you swap the two, do you think Kyrie would have went just as far, or even further than Dame with the Blazers?
No chance. No chance in hell. Does Dame take that Cleveland team? That roster that I just seen for those first 3 years of Kyrie's career, that's a bad roster assembled. I know some of those players of just in passing, and a lot of them aren't even in the league anymore. So that's really weird. I mean, I didn't go back and look at Dame's roster, but I know it was better than the Cleveland Cavaliers roster. I mean, just right off the bat, it's not even close. So that's why, like, that argument can't even be made at all, not even a little bit. Because when I look at Nicholas Batum, Will Barton, LaMarcus Aldridge, Damian Lillard, Wesley Matthews, like, I'm going for that. I'm going for all of those names. That's Batum before all of the nonsense. That helped him.
And I'm also this is the most argument I've always had with Dame, and I always pick Dame. I think they both score at it.
What the?
He's a better. You can hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, I think bugging me out, and I can't go nowhere because it's louder. But I forgot my train of thought. So JD, just go. Let me go back on mute.
Yeah, Mars, that was weird that you didn't also come to Kyrie's defense there. I mean,
I think Dame's better. I just didn't like that argument because Dame only made the playoffs for the first time in 2014. It's not like he was making it as a rookie or a sophomore. It was 1 year before Kyrie made it.
When did LaMarcus get have his?
But Dame got drafted when 2012.
Yeah, so he missed his first year, second year, made it his third year.
He missed the playoff his second year.
Mm-hmm. He didn't make it until 2014. He made that game winner on Houston.
That was his first playoff series, and from then on, he made every other.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
LaMarcus
I thought they made it
Portland in 2015. So
I thought they made it from his second year on. I just thought he didn't make it his rookie year.
Nah, he made 2014 was his first playoff series.
All right, we got a couple super chats. It's about damn time asked, if you put Klay Thompson on the Suns and D-Book on the Warriors, which team makes it further in the playoffs?
We make it to the finals regardless.
I really like CP3 and Klay. Yeah, you guys
more than the Warriors?
Klay. You got probably not more than the Warriors because that's also too much. But I feel like CP3 and Klay would also go streaking during the regular season. I'm telling you, Klay off the dribble is very underestimated. You have to close out. You have to jump. You have to react every time he looks at the hoop. And to sit here and say that Klay doesn't have dribbles because it's not tween, he can still get to the hoop and he can dunk you.
Jay,
He plays defense.
Yeah, his defense isn't that great anymore.
On the Suns, it would be. Well, I mean, after injury, of course, it's probably not to the level that you would expect after somebody almost killed themselves on the court. But I mean, back-to-back years. But I'm sorry that it's taken a little bit more time than you expected, Mars.
Well, that's the Klay
what
we're
I was
talking
about
about.
to say.
Yeah, but that's the Klay we're talking about. This one, not 2019 Klay.
I mean, this Klay
players.
just came back.
But it's not just this one
happened.
that we're talking about. It's also the one in 2023 and 2024. Like, he's not going to continue to be like this.
I think it's plausible to say Klay Thompson won't be the same defender he was pre-injury.
That's fine.
So,
but it's
that
also
enough to
very
trade him?
plausible that he won't be the same defender that he is now. And I don't mean
Enough to trade him?
regressing.
No, I think we're good with the Klay Thompson we have now. I just don't think he's the Klay Thompson we had before, which I'm fine with. I didn't expect him to be that same Klay Thompson. But I just
Wait,
don't
after
think
how many months has he came back?
he came back in January. So yeah, 5
Got you.
months.
Yeah.
JT,
I'm just saying other players have years and years of no injuries, and
I'm not criticizing Klay Thompson. I'm just saying he's not who he was, which is
I've
That
literally
is a
heard
criticism.
players.
that's not a
aren't the
criticism.
Same
It's just
defensive
it's
players.
just who he is.
I'm just saying. I've seen you say every episode you got a new player that doesn't play defense. I just want to know who you think plays defense.
Who did I?
Hey, Klay doesn't play defense.
I
no more?
don't say Klay doesn't play defense. I said he's not what he was, which is true.
He's probably not the same defender coming back, but I think
Yeah.
Klay is the Finals MVP this year. I've been saying it. I think he wins it.
Euro.
What's your
That's
prediction?
my pick. I think Klay wins it.
Well, no,
Oh,
what
you mean
about like Warriors
The
in
games?
what?
Warriors in 5.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't like that smirk on your face, Euro.
What?
I don't like that smirk on your face.
Why? What you mean? Because the chat is going crazy?
Stop.
You shouldn't have said nothing. I would have let it slide, man. I was already on your head once, pause. But now you got to go.
I am
JD?
heavily concerned for the Golden State Warriors tonight.
I am also heavily concerned for us.
I don't like this matchup for you guys. It just doesn't look right, doesn't feel right. JT and JB just young. Al Horford is going to punish. Al Horford's going to punish Draymond. I'm telling you now, foul trouble. IQ versus IQ.
IQ is going to be on the
versus
3-point line.
I think Al Horford can get in a lot of foul trouble too, though, man. It's not just that, you know, Draymond could pick up his aggressiveness and like go to the basket and challenge Horford a little bit more on the one-on-one, but also all these handoffs, dribble handoffs, pick and rolls or whatever. Like Horford has to do a lot of.
I feel like Horford's had to do a lot since the playoffs started. And
No question.
takes a
Horford is
toll.
the guy you want in that situation. No question. I think the Celtics are well equipped against that. But at the end of the day, it's still, you know, Steph coming off the pick or off the handoff. It's Klay coming off. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be difficult. Jordan Poole, like, and Horford can do a phenomenal job, but he still only has 6 fouls to give. And then it's not just, you know, that he can play. Like if he gets in foul trouble, he's in foul trouble. You know, 2 fouls in the first quarter, he's sitting.
Yeah, then they
I mean,
have Grant Williams to come in. It's not like it's a bad replacement.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like Horford is a great defender. I think it's like I said, man. I think this is a perfect kind of like yin and yang with the offense and defense. But man, I'm just looking forward to that matchup and what Horford is doing, man. I'm really looking at him mostly, I think, when it comes to the Celtics.
JTMJ sent a super chat, said, is Game 6 Klay really a compliment? Mars, check me on this, but I feel like he's essentially getting credit for putting up 1 to 2 stinkers in a series, then dominating later on, similar to the 3-1 comeback being due to losing first.
I mean, Game 6 Klay throughout his career, the numbers don't really show that he's gets that much better. But recently, like since like 2016 onwards, well, maybe 2017-ish, He's been good in Game 6, but the thing with Klay is generally he's not that great in the playoffs, but he is liable to have a game where he explodes and gets you a win. And
what is good in the playoffs? Because I see Steph not winning. In the past, I heard that he also struggles in the playoffs, and he's had monster series over the past 5-6 years. So what is struggling in the playoffs? What do you consider? Like numbers down from the regular season?
You could look at numbers going down, but if we go 2015, especially in the finals, Klay Thompson wasn't even our third best player on the court in the finals. But we will routinely say that he was an all-star that year, which he was.
Who was your third best player?
Well, Iguodala or Draymond, depending on how you want to cut it. Whichever one was the second or third.
So you're telling me Andre Iguodala
played better than Klay Thompson in the finals.
Based off of what?
His production and impact on the team.
Okay, first
in that
off,
series.
let's look at load management. How many trash bags did Andre Iguodala have to take to the dumpster, and how many did Klay? I'm just wondering.
In that series, Iguodala had to guard LeBron James. That's quite a lot. That's a big toll on someone.
Got you. Okay.
So it's not like he was just doing nothing. He was guarding LeBron. The series changed when he came into the series. Klay Thompson. I don't know the numbers, but I think
the finals, or was it the entire playoffs? Because you said
I was talking because I said 2015. If you want to look at the finals in particular, because we talk about the dynasty, Steph, Klay, Dre. That's the big three, whatever. Klay wasn't Klay Thompson in the 2015 finals. Like, however you want to look at it, he wasn't Klay Thompson. 2016, he was great against.
So over these years, who has had better playoff runs? Klay Thompson or Andre Iguodala?
Klay Thompson. So
where are the years that Andre Iguodala also didn't show up in the playoffs, since you're using this logic?
No, it's not. I didn't say Klay doesn't show up. I said in 2015, Klay Thompson wasn't one of our three best players in the finals.
Okay, let's go to the next series.
Well, 2016, we lost, but we'll go 2016 Western Conference Finals. We went down through performance. In the 2016 finals, he wasn't very good. 2017, we had KD. So if you want to look at the KD finals, or is that just we was going to win anyway?
No, I'm pretty sure Klay was playing Andre Iguodala defense during that time.
Yeah, Klay Thompson was better than Andre Iguodala he was better in 2015. He just wasn't better in the finals. I'm not saying Iguodala was a better player. I'm saying Klay Thompson routinely in the playoffs.
So did Steph have it down? Did Steph, that same finals that you said Klay
2016 or
Andre
2015?
Iguodala was out playing. So Andre Iguodala must have been the best player on the floor if he won Finals MVP.
I've said many times, accolades don't determine who the best player was. But if you think Iguodala was the best player because of the Finals MVP, I'm not going to argue with you. But
you think he was the best because he allegedly slowed down LeBron? I don't even want to go pick those numbers up out of
he did. I mean, the numbers would say he slowed down LeBron. I don't even
want to go sniff that. I don't even want.
Okay, you don't have to. I didn't bring up any numbers for LeBron, but it's pretty well known that he slowed down LeBron.
How much did LeBron average that series?
36, 13, and 9.
What was that?
36.
His efficiency when being guarded by Iguodala was woeful. His efficiency for the series was woeful. But if you want to look at just how high the numbers went, I mean, sure. But if we're talking about how productive you are getting those numbers, that means.
So you're telling me that Andre Iguodala was the best defender. So it was just mano y mano. That's what Jeremiah, you're willing to down that cliff too? It was no help.
I never went on that cliff. So now you're putting me on a cliff and asking me to jump off of it.
No. Well, you said his percentages were woeful against Andre Iguodala. I'm just trying to figure out, was it team defense or was it Andre Iguodala defense?
Well, Iguodala was mainly the defender contesting him. He was getting a lot of swipe downs on the ball. He was taking the ball from LeBron James, but we're not going to say
how many times did he take the balls from? How many times did he take the ball from?
Well, I'd have to rewatch the series and count each one.
I mean, you just brought it up like it was. How many times?
It was enough for me to remember that it happened a few times. I don't know if it was 3 times, 5 times, 100 times. I'm not going to give a definitive number because I have to rewatch the series.
You brought it up.
Yeah, I said he took the ball from LeBron a few times, and then you asked me for a specific number. All I said was that Iguodala slowed down
I
LeBron
don't-
James. I'm not saying he guarded him one-on-one the whole time. I'm not saying he didn't show LeBron towards the help. I'm not saying
If
that
I'm going up
there
against the
wasn't
Warriors,
defensive schemes.
if I'm going up against the Warriors, a very good defensive team, and I averaged 36, 13, and 9, and I'm the primary player on the opposite team, those are ungodly numbers. Who
Because
else
you
would-
don't care about how much possessions it took for LeBron to accumulate those numbers. That's
Okay,
slowing.
so
You don't
so-
stop LeBron. You
so
don't
when
make
Steph was
LeBron
by-
average 12
so when
points
Steph-
a game.
when Steph was by himself last year, what was the reason for him not going as far as LeBron did? Because we can look and see that the help that LeBron had was going up against.
When was
guys.
LeBron? LeBron was by himself
So,
in the
so where was
finals. He already
Andre?
got
Okay,
to the
okay, okay.
finals.
Where was Andre Iguodala year 2 when they lost?
2016. He had back spasms. I'm not going to use injuries as an excuse, but he did have back spasms. That was well documented in the finals.
I'll give.
But Klay wasn't. The point was Klay. I used Iguodala because 2015 Klay wasn't a top 3 player, but in 2016 in the finals, Klay wasn't great either. Draymond was easily our best player in that series. Steph, despite the fact he was bad, was still better than Klay Thompson in that series. And then I'd probably say Klay Thompson was 3rd and Harrison Barnes was like 12th because he was atrocious. And then 2017, obviously Steph and
12.
KD. 2017, you got Steph and KD. I'll say Draymond was better, but I've always said Draymond was a better player than Klay Thompson, but that's neither here nor there. 2018, I'll say the same thing. I think Klay Thompson is a great option to have as a 3rd or 4th player on the team.
Who's a better player than Klay Thompson?
Draymond Green.
I don't know. I don't know
This-
why are we getting so fixated on this, regardless of which side of the fence you are on, because we know this in post game. We see this in post game interviews all the time. Players saying, "Yo, it got ugly. It was ugly, but we got it done." Like, it doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't matter. Can you get it done or can you not get it done? Even if it's ugly, like, and your numbers are quote unquote woeful, like that will, like, I'm willing to die on the hill that if LeBron's numbers were woeful, those numbers were also woeful for the rest of the team, and not just the rest of the team, but also on the opposing team as well. We see bad games happen all the time, and then, like, you fast forward to today. I think, this is what a lot of people get it confused with. Oh, you know what? This person averaged this, like, I don't know, 26 a game or whatever, and it's just and people were saying, oh, this player is not, he didn't underperform or he overperformed or whatever the case may be, regardless of what the numbers say, is because, like, for example, with Steph, right? Because the 3-point shot is such a crucial part of the game, right? You can have a terrible, like, game 3 and 5 or whatever, and then the rest of the way, you're just on, you're just hot and you shooting or whatever, and those averages, they make it look better than what you actually were. And people will remember those games 3 and 5 where you just, absolutely stunk and you cost your game, you cost your team a game potentially. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you can have one of those games, one of those crazy blunders, and the team, your teammates still somehow are able to get the dub, pull the dub out. I just don't see how, like, looking at the numbers individually and comparing it to another guy in a final setting or in, like, a Western Conference setting is all that important. That doesn't really make sense to me, because really what the only thing that makes sense is, again, like I said, can you get it done? Can you not get it done?
I mean, I agree. I just said Klay wasn't one of our 3 best players in 2015 in the finals. That was it. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't get it done. I'm happy we won. I don't care who the top 3 players are, as long as we win. But the narrative that Klay elevates in the playoffs, I just think is false. I think he has quite a few bad games, then he explodes in 1 or 2 games in a series, usually towards the later part of the series, which is extremely valuable. That's why I love Klay Thompson. Like 2016 Western Conference Finals Game 6, we needed Klay Thompson in that game. But the narrative that Klay shows up in the playoffs routinely, or he's like a playoff elevator, I just disagree with. I just think it's memory of the big games he's had, and people forget about the 10-point games, the 9-point games, the 3 for 12 games, those type of games people forget about, which makes sense. It happens with all great players.
All right, let's go ahead, Shaq.
You got it.
It's about damn time. Sent a super chat. If the Celtics win the chip and Tatum's finals MVP, does he go ahead of Luka, since most of you have Luka better than him, which I disagree with, he said.
No, Jesus Christmas. Who did Andre Iguodala go over when he won Finals MVP?
That was going to be my question.
It's like that. I don't regard him better than a player based on him winning Finals MVP. I have Luka over him because I think Luka's a better player. It has nothing to do with what he's doing in the finals right now or against who at all.
People put too much stock into accolades. It doesn't make you a better player. I mean, Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year. I could name a few defenders I think are a better defender than Marcus Smart. MVP, I could name some people who I think are better than Jokic. Kobe only has one MVP. Shaq only has one MVP. But none of us will say they were only the best player in the world for 1 year. So Finals MVP making you better than someone, I can't get behind that person.
I still feel like JT and Luka are really close.
Still, when did you think that before?
I'm talking about, I literally gone on record the last maybe 2 or 3 episodes that I've been on.
Okay, so it was a recent thing. Fair enough.
Mars, that means nothing to me. Like the smart
there was nothing for it to mean. I was just I was making it a recent thing.
Then why did you feel like a need to bring it up? Are you not listening when I'm talking?
You said still, so I said how long has this been a still moment? Because still means something that's been ongoing.
So I can't change my mind ever.
I don't know how you got from me asking how long has still been to you can't change your mind. I've changed my mind many times. Anyone can change their mind.
Next.
All right, let's talk about the finals. NBA Finals preview. Who do you guys have winning this series? By how many games?
Mars, you can go.
I don't want to bet against my team, so I'm gonna say Warriors in 6. I don't know how confident I am about that pick, but I have to defend my team.
If you didn't have to defend your team, what would you say?
If I was a neutral in this, I'd say Celtics in 6 or 7, but Warriors in 6.
You guys see that there's like oh my God, whatever you want to call it, analytics or whatever out there, stats that are saying that the Warriors have no chance of winning this series?
Yeah, it's like 80-20 or something like that.
Who's making these up, by the way?
Vegas.
It's got to do with probably like strength of schedule and who they've played in the playoffs and their defensive efficiency and stuff.
100% Vegas and the NBA are in cahoots so they can run it up. 100%.
I'm going Celtics in 7. At home.
I think the Celtics are winning this.
The Warriors have game 7 at home.
I thought the Celtics were a higher seed.
They were, but our record.
Oh, it goes based off a record?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go on seed in the finals?
No, it's just whoever had the better record. We would have had home court regardless if we played Miami or Boston because we had the same record as Miami, but we had the head-to-head.
Yeah, I'm not sure then. I mean, yeah, that's tough because I don't trust the Celtics at home. That's tough.
I got Warriors in 6.
Good pick.
But I'm not sure either.
Oh, damn.
I got Warriors in 7. I'm concerned about their offense, but they have the best player on the floor in the game 7. So I'll go Warriors in 7.
Celtics have a 9-7 record versus the Warriors since Steve Kerr took over as head coach. Both coaches, Steve Kerr and Ime Udoka, are both forming Spurs players and Greg Popovich coaching disciples. Former, oh my God, it's like my bad. Steve Kerr and Udoka are former Spurs players and Greg Popovich coaching disciples.
I think that philosophy and pedigree, I feel like it's the same in Miami. Like you can create a culture and just kind of run with it. Like every team that I played on, I'm like, damn, if this would have been implemented or if we would have done things like this, we could have been a really good team. So I think it's just how much the coach will take. And over here it's a coaches league and over there it's a player. In the league, it's a players league. So it makes it kind of difficult. when you try to do it with younger players, like Buddy did with the Bulls a couple years back, and they were like, "Nah, we're not going for this." Who was that? The coach that had them practicing OD, and the
Jim
Bulls players
Boylan.
got upset.
Is it Jim Boylan?
Yeah. I think so. I believe so. It was like, if not last year, the year before.
Yeah, Jim Boylan.
Yeah, and they were like, "No, we're not going for this. You can't do that everywhere. It has to be kind of a winning culture established." But for him to make it to the finals in his first year with this team, it just goes to prove that, Brad, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. And I don't feel like that ever should have been it.
I mean, he's still sitting at the top, though.
He went to 3 Eastern Conference Finals, though, didn't he?
I wasn't.
And
Wasn't
Jason Tatum stepped up since then. So is
Yeah,
Jaylen
players
Brown.
got better. The bruises helped.
Right. And it's not like Brad is gone now.
Yeah, Brad is the
He's
GM
still,
or something.
yeah, he's still running the
basketball
show.
operation. Yeah.
So then the GMs are the coaches of the teams is what we're saying now.
No, but he's basically saying he's still in the mix.
So why is he not?
When we talking, no, you're the one that brought up culture. And if you're saying that, Brad Stevens was the
Brad
guy
is
that
still
had a
in the
certain type of
culture.
culture, he's still at the top of
No. So you're trying to tell me that because I don't want to mess up Buddy's name.
Ime Udoka.
Brad Stevens.
No.
Ime Udoka.
Yeah, Udoka. If you're trying to tell me that it's the same pedigree on defense as it was in previous
No,
years,
it's not. No, it's not. What I'm talking about, the culture couldn't have changed that drastically.
That much, yeah.
Because the guy who
percent changed that drastically. Marcus Smart was ready to fight his way off the team. Something changed. Something clicked.
And you attribute that to Brad Stevens taking the back seat and Udoka being the head coach now?
I 100% contribute to the head coach coming in and stepping up.
Shaq,
I'm not arguing that. What I'm saying is the foundation that was laid, the foundation, the founding pillars of this. It was
cracks in it.
It was still there.
Shaq, let me ask you a question. If Miami Heat hire Mark Jackson, do they culture change? The Miami Heat culture changes?
From Pat Riley? You're comparing Brad Stevens to Pat Riley? I'm not answering that question.
I'm comparing the culture.
Yeah, if Pat Riley how long has Pat Riley had that culture there? You're talking about Brad Stevens.
But this is my thing. Culture is not based on the coach. It's like it's like a pedigree. Like I think them Celtics culture was there for a while. Honestly,
since the culture has been the same, if the culture has been the same, is the last 5 years about to look like the next 5 years with the Boston Celtics? So it's all the same culture.
Wait, in terms of them going to the playoffs, competing for championship, it could look the same, bro. They've been to the last 4 out of 5 conference finals.
Who's going to get that? Because I can see if this was like a Steve Kerr situation with Mark Jackson where he kind of just stepped in. That's a much different situation than what went on here, in my opinion, because these guys are still young and something just clicked for them to say, hey, we believe we can go to the finals.
Let me you got to understand. Last year when they lost to Brooklyn, Jaylen Brown didn't play. Whatever the case may be, they wasn't their full team. But the year before that, I think they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. The year before that, I think they lost in the bubble in the Eastern Conference Finals. So the last years, bro, they've been literally right there. This year, everything clicked and came together, but they had mostly the same pieces.
I'm with you on that. I just don't feel like Brad. Like, why did he step down then?
Well, but we can say
he stepped up. I don't think he
voice.
stepped down. He's like bigger than the head coach now. He's top dog.
We could say they needed a new
Brad
voice.
Stevens is bigger than the head coach right now.
He's the one that hired the head coach.
I haven't heard Brad Stevens' name anywhere.
He's the president of basketball.
Yeah, because he's dipping behind the curtains now. Like I don't understand why that's an issue.
So then why?
And I don't like, you said the Celtics were also back when they were young or whatever. Like the key word is young. They're not young anymore. To Dell's point, they've matured. You know what I mean? Like I
don't think it's a difference between maturing in your 8th or 9th season and then just maturing after one coach leaves and another coach comes in. I guaranteed you, Brad Stevens is not touching anything that goes on in that locker room. I guarantee it.
Nobody said that.
I don't know so that's just to my point. We can both be right. You can say that Brad Stevens stepped up. He hired him.
I said that we're both right.
That's
bro,
fine.
He bought Thies back. He brought Al Horford back. He hired the coach.
All of that is fine, but it still takes the coach. The coach could have been trash, and then what? They wouldn't.
But I think we all give Udoka credit. It's just that Brad Stevens is still a part of it because you said that Al Horford's going to be a key for this series, but they have Al Horford because he managed to get rid of Kemba Walker for Al Horford.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. I would have made that decision. What decisions are? Why are these decisions so hard to make?
I mean, people were saying it would have been hard to get rid of Kemba, and people were saying Al Horford was old and he wasn't really.
You're saying like the way he finessed it.
No, I'm saying he made a good move. People were doubting Al Horford since the Philadelphia days, saying that maybe his days are numbered in the league, and now we're seeing Al Horford. He's being one of.
He's a revelation.
He's being one of Boston's most important players. That wasn't something that was foreshadowed before the season,
and that's fair. That is totally fine.
Jason Tatum numbers are exact same. He's just a first team All NBA player now. Like they probably need a new voice to listen to, but in terms of their culture, those players' cultures and what they feel about themselves, I think it's there.
I just don't understand how you go from being a head coach to basketball operations in one swindle move. And then now all of a sudden you expect me to give him credit for the Boston Celtics going this far.
No. Everybody gets the credit. Everybody gets the credit.
Shaq.
They are a successful team. Everybody's contributing. Everybody.
Shaq, they won a Game 7 to go to the NBA Finals. 2 years ago, they lost a Game 7 to go to the NBA Finals. A year before, they lost to LeBron James or so to go to the NBA Finals in a Game 7. All those bruises helped them, bro. And Brad Stevens was behind those. Like that new voice helped, but the little seasoning, that joint helped. Like it's not like
to me, it's like this, man. I look at the team as a whole, even with the guys that are in the front office, right? And so if you say, you know what, Brad Stevens, we don't want you as the head coach no more. We want you as like an executive or something like that. To me, that's almost the same move as saying, you know what, we don't want this player to play the 2 anymore. We're going to move him to the 3 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's as slight as that. Like
it's. Shaq, I would get your point.
I don't think
Shaq, I would get your point if the Celtics wasn't like a playoff team the last 3 years. They're getting swept. They're doing all this, but they were right there 4 out of the 5 or 4 out of 6 of years, just being in terms of making it.
I'm trying to think of the teams that they had a chance with. So I'll give you with that. I'll give you that because you're not beating the Cavs. I don't see that. What I'm trying to figure out is, so is Mark Jackson basically, was he? Do we give him the same credit that we're giving Brad Stevens right now, or more?
Same credit in what light? Like I'm trying to see the comparison because Steve Kerr came.
Steve Kerr comes along and he's the greatest coach of all time. All of a sudden,
they admit that they wouldn't be there without Mark Jackson. They admit it. Like, oh yeah, he laid the foundation or showed us how to win, got us some playoffs. All of them admit that. That's for sure.
Mark Jackson had a scheme, and Steve Kerr had a different scheme that came from Popovich, correct?
Yes, partially, but yes.
Okay, so what is the difference between that situation and what happened in Boston? Brad Stevens had a scheme. I don't want to mess up Buddy's name.
Ime Udoka.
Yeah, Udoka. He came in with the Spurs pedigree, and all of a sudden things click. It all points back to Popovich, who also had a dynasty. So
we give him pop credit.
The Celtics are on the verge of a dynasty. The Warriors are a dynasty. The Spurs were a dynasty.
Well, things didn't click right away for the Celtics. Remember, they didn't start getting good until the second half of the year.
1,000%, but that's all. In my opinion, the coach seen something, he made changes, boom, and he figured it out. Popovich always makes the best with nothing, even now. He always has a gym out there. He always takes mediocre teams and make them competitive. He figures it out. That's all. That was the only point that I was making.
I'm sorry, I have a mouthful of mayo.
Pause.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna take a sip of water.
You need something stronger than water.
Okay. That's so nasty. Within an hour, almost, I've taken 4 or 5 scoops. All right, let's do a versus Celtics versus Warriors. Oh, my God. We're going to go same order. Shaq, Jeremiah, Euro, Mars, Dell. Every time I talk, it gets worse. It's just like the Taste just keeps coming up. This is disgusting. Celtics.
You know, you're gonna be like burping and like all day.
Dude,
Like,
oh my god. All right, Shaq. Celtics versus Warriors. All around talent.
Celtics.
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 Warriors.
Dell.
This is very tough for me. All around talent. This is tough. I'm gonna go with Warriors.
I think the Celtics have more talented guys, but the talent level of each player on the Warriors is greater than those guys. You know what I mean?
It's tough. It's tough. I was trying to do guy by guy in my head, pause, but
Whoa. Half court offense.
Warriors.
Celtics.
This one's tough for me. I'll go Celtics.
What'd you say?
did Mars talk? Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna go Warriors. If you guys didn't hear me.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go Warriors. Half court offense. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that motion. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go with that motion. 1-2.
Team defense.
I feel it's even, but I'm gonna go team defense. I'm gonna go Warriors.
Yeah, I feel like it's extremely close, but I gotta lean Celtics.
Celtics. I don't think it's close.
Oh, I think it's close for sure. And anything that's close, I'm gonna go Golden State.
I'm gonna go Celtics. With that half court and what they did to them Nets.
This ain't the Nets. That's the problem.
Yeah, this definitely ain't the Nets.
It's not about what the Nets is. What the Nets represented to me. It has nothing to do with what y'all feel.
They destroyed my soul. I hate them.
I was watching after JD. Next question, I'll say.
Passing.
And it got me mad when they said what they said on First Take.
Passing / unselfishness.
Golden State.
Yeah,
I think
Warriors.
it's close, though.
This is definitely not close, in my opinion, either. Golden State for sure.
Yeah, I got Golden State.
Celtics be moving that thing. Pause.
I'm gonna go Warriors easily.
Versatility.
Close again. This is about to be a good series.
Mm-hmm.
This is about to be a good series. I'm gonna go Warriors. That'll be a good series.
I feel like this is the toughest one, the closest one so far. I'm gonna go Celtics.
You keep picking Boston. I don't like it.
I'll go Boston too. This is very tough, man. I agree, Shaq. This is about to be a series. I just hope it doesn't get like, one team blows one team out and then it just goes back and forth like that.
I hope we win in 4. Versatility, Golden State.
Versatility, yeah, I'll go with G State as well.
I'll
Toughness.
take 4 games. Mars, I'll take 4 games if each game is decided by a couple of points, like single-digit points.
As long as all those points favor Golden State, cool.
I'd rather have that than a 7-game series and it's just lopsided each game.
Yep.
Oh, like 2016. Yeah, I agree.
I hate that.
Like the Eastern Conference Finals this year. Toughness, Shaq.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, that too.
What happened, JD?
Toughness.
Like grit, grind.
I think everybody's gonna pick this one team.
I'm gonna pick the other one just because.
But you don't know which one I'm talking about.
I feel like I kind of do.
Toughness, I just have to go Warriors. Like, I want to go Celtics, but I just have to go Warriors.
Yeah, I think it's close. I feel like Draymond's carrying this for the Warriors, but I'm gonna still go Warriors.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, though. I got Warriors too, just for the sheer fact, longevity, perseverance. They've been there, they've done it. You know, they've been down, they've been back up. Like Warriors.
Yeah, I got Warriors as well. Battle tested, been through this many times. I think toughness. I think is us.
You tried to pick Celtics, but you couldn't, Euro. See?
No. I thought everybody was going to go Celtics, for real.
No, I thought everyone's going to go Warriors just because of the battle tested. And like, if you say toughness is like who you want to go fight with, maybe everybody will say Celtics just how
That's how I was thinking.
They're more dark-skinned, but... but in terms of like...
That's where my mind went.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Y'all killing me with this brown paper bag shit, man.
Yo, you want to have this conversation right now?
I really don't. Y'all just keep bringing it up, but if we can, because I'm gonna just state facts like history and shit, and like you know the podcast will take a different turn. And I mean, we talking basketball. We've been there before.
I'm glad we're here, Euro. You said you want to say something on the show about the Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum
dynamic.
Oh, you said ask what you ask.
Hold on, I gotta go back and scroll up in the group chat. If anybody remember, please chime in and ask the question.
Well, Dell's doing that
because I've been on record saying that I don't believe in two guys that are basically identical, being a championship team. Now,
I forgot the question I asked.
Right. And so you're asking me if you're basically asking me for a walk back, like if I would be.
No, not a walk back. I said, how do you feel now or something? I forgot. I didn't say. I don't think I said walk back.
I still feel the same. I still feel the same. I don't think. Identical players on interchangeable positions, like two guards, two wings, is a championship recipe.
A winning formula, right?
Right. And so no, I didn't say winning formula. I said championship recipe because obviously the Celtics are winning. I think we've seen it before where guys in like two wings that have gone to the finals, they just haven't won. And so I think when somebody like that wins, when a team like that wins, and I say when with an emphasis, because I think it's only a matter of time. But that to me would only mean it's the exception that confirms the rule. Because I really haven't seen in the history of champions any two guys like a Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, like a CJ and a Dame, Richard Jefferson, Vince Carter. Like I haven't seen that. I've never seen that. So I just side with history.
That's a testament to their locker room culture. I keep trying to tell you.
Also, I was saying, also, hold on, to when you talk about locker room culture, I was getting into detail too, because we talked about this, multiple times. And I was more so saying a 1A, 1B type of situation as opposed to a 1 and 2 punch. I feel like the Celtics before, exactly. I feel like
right now, for sure 1-2.
Exactly. And I feel like
right now they didn't know each other's role.
Before it was 1A, 1B, and I was like, that ain't gonna work. Now I feel like Jason Tatum is 1 and 2.
Has leapfrogged, right? Okay.
The thing is, 2 can always outperform 1, and 1 can always outperform 2. But at least they have an understanding.
They know. Okay.
They know, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Though
Jaylen Brown's gonna have a better year than Jason Tatum next year. I honestly feel like Jason Tatum takes a backseat next year. Just in my opinion, I feel like Jaylen Brown.
If they win the chip. I think either or could be Finals MVP, either or. But I think no matter what happens, Jason Tatum still. I think his game just elevate no matter the results. I just feel he's in that cloth, like I've been saying, like he's one of them.
I feel like
when you watch the Celtics though, do you get the feeling that Jason Tatum, who is clearly the clear-cut go-to guy, right?
Right.
He seems to miss more shots in critical moments than JB.
I feel like all stars with that pressure do.
Yes, it's all pressure for sure. JB has less pressure, and that's why he's more free to succeed. But I just anytime that I look at JB, and it's like like somebody's draped all over him, on the 3-point line, he always makes that shot. Always.
I can't go to that from last game because last game I feel like JT hit some.
I feel like
tough.
No, JT can make those.
Game.
I just feel like JB is more reliable in that
what
sense.
I seen last game and the game before, Marcus Smart does stuff that's weird to me. Like not when he was missing his open threes from last game, but it's like he's trying. Some of the shots he was taking is like he's trying to make the hero shots. It was the weirdest thing watching. I'm just sitting back. I'm like trying to key in, and then sometimes he could have made an extra pass. He's faking and taking a three, and it was like, yo, Marcus Smart, like like relax, like, and he started that Miami Heat run just based on the weirdness he was doing, but JB makes tough shots though. Like you're right on that. JB making tough finishes, like just But nah, that's what's up. I'm happy for them over there.
I got a question for you though, Euro. Okay, so you said something about Jaylen Brown being more reliable, more consistent in the clutch.
Seemingly.
Could some of that be a result of how much attention Tatum's getting in the clutch?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
But that's the mark of a great team, and that's why they're in the finals. That's why the Warriors are in the finals, because we were talking a couple episodes ago, we were talking about the gravity that Stephen Curry brings to the court.
Mm-hmm.
It's eyes on him. And now you got to decide. Do you leave Klay open? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, that defense is going to be crazy because Marcus Smart wasn't going to be on Steph. JT can defend. Jaylen Brown probably would be on Klay. And I just don't think it's about to be as easy at all. It's about to be a nightmare, in my opinion, for both teams.
I would be interested to see if somebody like JT or JB would even guard Draymond if they go in small. And then, I don't know, man. This is one of those matchups that I don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Horford can guard Draymond
I'm saying no question. But what I'm saying is what if he's on the bench for whatever reason? Like we were talking about foul trouble earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I would put JT on Draymond. I don't think he's. Man, I don't know though.
What about Tice?
That's what I mean. Like it's yeah.
And also, I really don't believe in Jordan Poole this series. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with being the finals. I just feel like the matchups are really a nightmare. And I just see Golden State just scrambling. I could be wrong, of course, but when it just plays out in my mind, I just see Golden State just not answering the call.
What about Wiggs? Because they have key pieces that have never been there. Of course, their core guys, their core group, they're proven, battle tested. We talked about it.
Faced in offense or defense of this caliber, this many straight games in a row, back to back, the same team going toe to toe. Like, not only do the Celtics have defense, but they have offense. And I think that's just going to wear Golden State down versus Draymond can only anchor the defense so much. You guys are getting pieces back. Well, Iguodala's coming back. Gary Payton Jr. is coming back. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that, to be honest.
He's shooting over all of them. That's Klay's going to guard JT, then who's going to guard Jaylen Brown? Who is Steph guarding? Smart?
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Steph's getting hidden.
I still feel like Smart is, if he's aggressive on Steph, then what?
The Warriors, the Celtics are going to hunt Steph on every pick and roll anyway.
But you want Marcus Smart hunting Steph though, because you're not going to beat the Warriors like that.
Yeah, but
no discredit to Smart.
They did to Brooklyn.
Come on, man.
They just got Kyrie switched onto Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown every possession. They're going to try to do that with Steph. It's just about how well we can stop them from getting the switches they want.
I can't wait.
We still have a couple more categories for this Celtics versus Warriors. Shaq, scoring in the paint.
I'm gonna go Celtics.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Celtics.
Warriors.
So me? Oh.
Yeah, I got Golden State.
Yeah, I feel like this is a wash. I don't paint scores. Draymond stupid alley oops, Looney been scoring. I'll go Celtics on this one.
Fast breaking.
I'm going the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going Warriors.
Warriors.
I think it depends, but no, I'm gonna go Warriors.
Yeah, I go Warriors just because Steph could get a rebound and make it look like a fast break when it's not.
Chemistry.
Like run up the court and shoot a three, and it's a fast break. So I'm gonna just go Warriors just because of that angle.
The fastest
He's like
break.
his own.
So
Yeah,
a
he's
5-on-5
his own fast
quick
break.
transition is. Do
Just
you
one
think
pass,
that's
shoot
a
three?
yeah? Is that a fast break to you?
It's not, but Steph makes it look like one. Just how quick he'll shoot a three like that.
Right.
They often sometimes in the half court looks like a fast break based on how they just whoppity whop whop.
That's exactly how they draw that shit up too.
Exactly. Kirby like run the whoppity.
Hit him with the whop.
Right.
Yeah.
Run the whoppity.
Chemistry.
Yo, I wanted to ask you before we got off that light skin, dark skin conversation. Is Stephen A. Smith light skin or dark skin?
He brown skin.
He's your complexion.
So
He
he's
brown
dark skin.
skin.
Yeah, whichever.
No.
Yeah, whichever you want to angle that.
There's only two sides of the spectrum when it comes to
Yeah,
melanin.
Yes.
Shaq,
See, and this
JD,
is
I just opened the
this,
chat. They said eat the mayonnaise.
I hate this, man. I hate this
Yo, you're
because that is
nasty.
so obviously rooted in the white power structure. You know what I'm saying? I can't get down with that at all.
It's rooted in my mind of previous friends that I grew up with and their tendencies. That's all it's rooted.
For sure. And what are they subjected to? And mind you, this was Indiana, right? Fam. I went to
it was
high school in
Seattle.
Indiana
It was
too.
It was Seattle. It was Seattle.
Regardless, man, it's the United States.
You want to get nasty?
I'm not getting nasty. I feel like what you're saying is nasty, but here's the thing. It's not like I don't take offense to these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like I this is a discourse that I feel like needs to take place and can be had at any given
I don't know
point.
your opinion, so I'm ready to be educated. I'm being dead ass serious.
You need to dismiss all that light skin, dark skin shit. Everybody,
What does it need to be?
black people.
Oh, just as so. Even if you're mixed,
And so now this is interesting because now we're getting into the minutia of it, right? Like what is actually mixed? Because most obviously we're talking about race mixing, right? So we're talking about black and white. But I would consider whatever your ethnicity is to be a mixing as well. So you can be, I don't know, Trini and Guyanese. You know what I'm saying?
I consider
Like that's a
black,
mix to me, huh?
I consider light skinned people black. Like,
What about mixed people? What about a mixed person like myself?
it just
You're
depends.
black
what you're
for sure. I think he's black.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
you
but
consider
you see it. But you
Drake
see the
black and
But
Drake-
here's the thing.
You know
You
what
see
I'm
the
saying?
comments.
Isn't that
Like
kinda
I
like the
mean,
same?
but you see the comments though. Like there's a lot of people that don't even, especially when I wear a hat and I don't have my hair exposed. You know what I mean? Where people can see the waves and shit. Like there's a lot of people that just look at me like I'm white. Who's this
I
fucking
would
white dude
never
talking like?
consider you- Yeah, I would never in my life consider you white. Just
That's
based
you.
off of me seeing you for the
That's
first
you,
time.
dog. Listen, man, you can't you don't
I believe
even
you,
know
man.
how many times I've been in situations where I'm just kicking it, and I have some white racists talking about like I'll get secondhand smoke racism. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never
I
like
believe that.
it's
Yeah,
never
I
like
believe that.
yo, fuck you, Euro, because you black. It's always like, yo, man, fuck these guys over there, Euro, right? Because they black. And now I'm sitting there and I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And so
But Drake is considered black, right?
yeah. I mean,
It's just-
it depends on how you look at it. I think even now, even today, with like I want to say since like 2020, there has been a lot of emphasis put on who's black and who's not black because of cultural appropriation across the board. Obviously, black culture is being exploited to the max and all that shit. People talking the way that they do just because it's in, when really, Ebonics or AAVE or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't just stem from, the quote unquote, illiteracy that was forced upon black people, back from slavery when we weren't allowed to read and all this and other shit. Like these sounds and slangs and languages and whatever, they come from the fact that the languages that were stripped from us, you know what I mean? It's a gumbo. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those sounds and just inflections and everything like that, down to the words that we choose to speak, to convey, I don't know, brotherhood or whatever the case may be, that stems from an ancient language that we don't know, you know what I'm saying, actively, but that is somehow rooted in our subconscious. And so, like I said, man, this goes a lot deeper. And so when we talk about, like, to bring this full circle, when it comes to like mixed and are you black, are you not black, I'm a multicultural person. You know what I'm saying? I was at one point, I think it was before I was 26, I had lived on 3 different continents in 7 different countries in the span of 10 years, right? And so I know for myself, I can't just be going anywhere and calling myself black. Like, I would never go to Brazil and consider myself black out of respect for the struggle that black people out there have, because the structure out there is not, I'm not black. The same in South Africa. I would never go to South Africa and say that I'm black. You know what I mean? Because that's disrespectful.
So you're basing it on the skin tone of what the people you're around been through, other than what it is?
No, well, the thing is, I'm basing it on, my thing is this, I'm pro-black, period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I call myself, like, so like when I'm in the States, when you ask me, I'm black for sure.
Right.
JD, you and I, we talked about this, dog, because when we talking about, and here we go with the ethnicity, when we talk about white people in the States, we're not talking about Europeans. We're talking about white Americans. I'm not white American. Right. I haven't even, JD is one of 3 white people that I know that I would consider a friend. You see what I'm saying? Like, I have no connection to this culture. When I step outside and I see whatever is happening, I'd be like, this is incredible. This is like, it's so foreign to me. It's, you know what I'm saying? But it's just what it is. So like, it's not necessarily that I say, you know what, like I adhere to that, you know, bullshit white supremacist power structure where I have to call myself quote unquote colored in South Africa. I would never call myself colored in South Africa.
Right, so that's
no, fuck that. What I'm saying is,
it's like you're empathetic to what they've been through. But I understand that.
I respect the struggle of black people across the board. And so when it comes to that setting, I consider myself, and this is like a grand statement, but I consider myself a tribesman of the diaspora. I feel like, and what you know, what the diaspora, right? It means at the Africans, whoever they are, whatever country, they're the big brothers and big sisters. You know what I mean? Caribbean black folks is my cousins. You know, Mars, he's my cousin. He's a brother from the UK. It doesn't matter. Like, we are all, to me, we're like this. I don't think when it comes to black people, nations, nationalities applies to us. It doesn't apply to us.
That's why it's like, I see what you're saying. If you go to Brazil and you go to these places, but you wouldn't consider based on what they've been through. But I think that's like, you're it's out of respect, but I think you're just, for yourself, I feel like you're like dissing yourself in a way.
No, definitely not. And I hate, and this is why, like, I probably shouldn't have talked about this in an open forum, because people can like take these words and interpret them like you, and it's like, oh, Euro, you know what I mean? Like, he's not really claiming the black side and all that shit, when that's all I really ever claimed. You see what I'm saying?
You're claiming it, but you're giving them more respect in terms of, because you feel like you ain't go through what they've been through in their space over there or in Brazil or wherever, so you can't
that's individually based though. I feel like you should be, I feel like you as a dark-skinned person have a different experience than a dark-skinned person in your home country of Guyana, because there's nothing but dark-skinned people in Guyana, as opposed to like you having to deal with the white power structure in New York.
So white people.
Huh?
But what I'm saying is, I view me, myself, wherever it does. You know what I'm saying? Like, in any light.
But here's the thing: like, people won't ever confuse who you are by just looking at you.
Okay, so basically, this is why you feel. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I have to be on my you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be on my toes always, because the person can look at me and smile at me and say, "Fuck niggas," and I'm just like. What do I do now? You know what I'm saying? Because typically, I am very confrontational. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to die for shit like this. You know what I mean? Like I would love to really stump you out. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's
No, I
just
get it.
it's just weird,
Mhm.
man. Like I've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
in
yeah, I get
corporate
it.
offices where everybody thought that I was a white dude too, and motherfuckers just going, and you know what I mean? Like it's just different. It's just a different situation. Now, if you're a black
Bro, that's
person,
crazy to me.
what?
But I mean, that's just a cultural thing. That's crazy to me that they can't differentiate.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Just
Yo,
because,
no,
like,
Shaq, not for nothing. My sister thought Euro was white while she was watching the show.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
That's a fact.
Dog,
She's like-
I would say probably 30% of the people that I counter, like
She was
3
like,
out of
who's
10
the
people
other
are gonna
white
be
guy
like
other than
white
JD?
guys.
I'm like, what white guy? I'm like, she's like, there's another white guy in the show. I'm like, it's only JD. She's like, I'm dead serious. I swear, this was like 2 months ago.
And the thing where it gets nasty is because like especially with my presentation and shit like that, it almost is like people are reluctant or like not sure how to like address me looking the way that I look because they feel like you said, Dale, is dissing me, like, oh, you white type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it always is this kind of like I'm in a constant state of am I going to have to fuck somebody up? Like I'm like this nonstop. That's why I don't go outside.
I was watching an interview. What's that one podcast with Chico Beans?
85 South.
Yeah, 85 South. It was a David Banner episode, and he was explaining the true map, and he was like, Google the true map, and it's basically way back in the day.
Africa being bigger than it is.
No. That Africa was literally at the top of the map in Europe.
Oh yes, it was upside down. Yeah.
And that blew my mind because I'm like, if you Google true map, you get not a slew of articles, but you get quite a few articles saying that the map is actually flipped, which is crazy. So down south is really up north. That's wild. That's all I wanted to bring up. That I was taken aback by that.
All that. I mean, you mentioned it because it's it's all related topics. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, when we was talking, we had a nice little back and forth too when we're talking about the Western world and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we live in the Western world and they have a certain power structure. I've lived in parts that aren't the Western world. I've lived in Muslim countries for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And just you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you felt that, but if you're a person of color, right? And you know that like walking out in the street, there's certain shit that you can't do because police will come and whoop you. You know what I mean? They will not give you the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, we see this in the United States quite obviously, always. And it's being ignored when, you catch them in the act or whatever the case. But when you go and like live in places where the power structure it comes from people that look like you, there's a certain pressure in your chest that like leaves your body. It's like, oh shit, man, like I can literally feel like I can walk anywhere and everywhere, no matter the time of day, and I feel safe.
Well,
and
I think
that shit was that's the craziest thing, man. So anybody who's like, who has a chance to go to Africa, anybody who has a chance to go to, Arabia, any of those places, man, do it, bro. I'm telling you.
I want to
go ahead, Jeremiah. My fault.
No, I was gonna say, I feel like you can feel that to a certain degree too in the States, depending on where you are. Because I'm from like ATL, so from like 0 to 12, which is mostly African Americans and the like. And then when I was adopted, I moved up to Minnesota, and I obviously is the exact opposite. And I feel like that comes from this like minority majority, where when you're around other people who look like you, you feel like the majority, so there's less pressure there. Whereas when you're around people who don't look like you, you feel like the minority, and you feel like people view you as, different or less than or whatever the case may be.
That's why I'm always, Dell, and you and I, we have like this fake New York connection. Obviously, you're a native New Yorker. I'm not, but if I claim any spot to be my home in the United States, it is New York. Dog, you will never see me below 110th Street, bro. Harlem, Heights, Bronx. That's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm not going to where the fancy folks are because that shit is threatening to me. You know what I mean? Even out here where I'm staying right now, it's the suburbs, dog. I feel it's dangerous as fuck. You see what I'm saying? And I just don't want to be caught in a twisted situation. Like, dog, I done been in situations where I mean, of course, police, you know what I mean? They will always circle, black on the fucking ticket when they hand me one, you know what I mean? But I've been in situations where they try to do some fuck shit to me because they thought I was white and my wife is a dark-skinned sister, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what I mean? They just trying to like press a line that don't need to be pressed type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, like
it's not just, I mean, it's this deep for y'all, but for me, I'm just trying to get to where I'm going. And that's why I don't like the state. I mean, I love the States, of course, like born and raised there, but like this 2-month break that I get during the summer, like that's just enough time before I'll be like, yo, it's too much going on over here. Like from top to bottom, politics, police, culture, everything. Like it's just me. But when I'm over here in Europe, I get to chill. Like they don't look like me, but I'm accepted just of course because I hoop. But it's like I get treated like a guy, but then I go back to the States and it's just like, you know what it is. What's up, nigga?
But I can't function. I can't function in Europe though, man. Like, that side of my family, obviously, you know what I mean? Like I'm a citizen, like I can vote, I can, I pay my fucking taxes and all that shit, you know what I mean? But I just can't function because I am not just white, you know what I mean? I'm black and I identify as black. And so I can't be around, 75%, 85, 90, 95% just one side of the culture. Like I have to have that other part in order for me.
Seattle's so dope though. So I know you enjoying that.
I really don't.
The how many different cultures and ethnicities
I don't see, and I'm not looking for different cultures. I'm looking for black folks.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why, like, I like
you would have to go like Jeremiah said to Atlanta, because my experience from living in Seattle, I'm not a person where it's like I'm trying to chummy to one side or I'm looking at one side. It's these are your ancestors, this is what y'all did. It's rooted in y'all. I get that, like the looks, the stigma, everything. But I'm just like, yo, like when I was in Seattle, I feel like everybody was just kind of just like, at least the school I went to, and it was majority black. It was Cleveland and West Seattle, but it was Ethiopians. It was
I see. That's what I fuck with. If it's majority black, but it's black people from everywhere, like, you know what I mean? It's all love. That's why when I moved back to LA, like I'm moving to South LA. Like you know what I mean? I'm in the middle of it. I don't give a fuck about no colors and none of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, to me, that's just a street light. You know what I'm saying? If I see a red light, I know what to do. If I decide to jaywalk and I get hit, it is what it is. Now you can get hit anyway, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I've only ever, when it comes to like, neighborhoods in the United States, I've only ever lived in the hood for real. And so I've never got bumped up. And not saying that it can't happen to me. I'm not even walking like I'm a tough guy, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think people will approach me in that manner. But and maybe I'm opening Pandora's box here, so let me knock on wood. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like I know how to move, dog. I cultures, subcultures, that's my thing. I pay attention to shit, and I respect it. I'm big on respect.
Aren't you in Federal Way?
Nah, I'm in Faircrest.
Oh, you're in Faircrest. So I've never heard of Faircrest.
It's like it's between UP and whatever, like downtown, I guess.
Got you. Okay.
And like, between like UP, downtown, and Lakewood.
Okay.
So I got a question for you, Euro, that's kind of on topic. So would you advocate for or against, the black community specifically separating light skin and dark skin? Because I can make the case that you could advocate for the black community not doing that because black people are black people and, there's a similar struggle there. But I could also see the other side where it's like you were saying, being lighter skinned, you get treated a little differently. I don't want to say better, but
you do get treated better in some aspects. No question. No question.
So so that was the question. Would you advocate for, like, do you want black people or just people in general to make those distinctions between light skin and dark skin? Because that's kind of how we got on this topic.
I don't expect anybody to be colorblind. I think that's the wrong way to go. I do, however, think that if you're black, you need to consider black people Black people and not saying, oh, this is an off-brand Black or this is this version of Black. And, you know, there are differences. The thing is, like, if you're a light-skinned Black person in the family of all dark-skinned Black people, right, which happens often, right? We know how melanin works, right? You can be two dark-skinned people, whatever, you have a kid and all of a sudden that kid comes out a lot, you know, lighter than anyone in the family. And so if then that kid grows up and having all types of complexes and like inferiority, maybe superiority complexes based off of how the family has treated them, and maybe not just how the family treated them, but just the information about their skin tone has been, you know, given to them, and then they go out into the world, and then the world is exposing the ugly side to this shit, and then they grow up there. I feel like all of that needs to be part of a child's education. That's why I'm not necessarily an advocate for interracial procreation, because you have to know, like, and I guess, Shaq, I can talk to you, right, directly, because your wife is Turkish. You have to know Turkish history, front and back. Beryl has to know Black history, front and back, because when she's not there, you will have to be able to tell foreign what the fuck is what. And she will have to tell foreign about Black shit accurately when you're not there, because he cannot grow up to be a full-blown idiot out here, especially when it comes to him and his identity and who he is to other people. And to me that's the same. And to me that's the same. That's the same. I said it in the same breath as the dark skin versus light skin shit, because Black people need to understand now the differences between light skin and dark skin to each other, which obviously we do, to, you know, what it means in society and what it means outside of the society that we're trapped in, because America ain't the world, and eventually we'll be going elsewhere.
I mean, that's like, to your point, that was kind of like the first barrier to knock down. Like, I lived in Turkey for 3 years, so I was getting all the facts, and now living in Greece, you know, I'm getting even more facts about all the sides, and I don't want to go in on that because, you know, the situation behind that.
Yes.
But no, that was the first thing that I wanted my wife to understand, just basically because she didn't understand. So, you know, that's when I throw in Selma, and, you know, I bring up Martin Luther King, and she does the same thing with all the Turk and people that paved the way, you know, for Turkish citizens. So it's just a learning curve. But to me, I find it dope. And it's like our son, you know, he's for sure going to know his roots, where we came from, what it is, you know, to that point. So yeah, I agree with you, though. Like, nah, I'm not with that per se. For anybody to just be acting ignorant, even in Europe, and being like, yo, y'all really had slavery, or, you know, yo, why they be acting like that over there in the States? And you just got to break it down because they don't understand it.
I mean, fuck Europe too. Fuck Europe too, because they are very obviously complicit in you know, the North Atlantic slave trade, and the only reason why they don't teach that in their history books as something that they had an active hand in is due to the fact that that happened over there. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the once, you know, the post-Revolutionary War, you know, with the United States, now it's its own country, and then all the atrocities that typically get focused on, you know, during slavery it's the Americans that did this shit. You know what I mean? But nobody's talking about, the UK, that's British people. You know what I mean? They have the same fucking accent. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, the empire, Mars, you can speak to this better than I can, but the empire is nasty as fuck. I consider all of this the empire. You know what I mean? Colonialization is crazy.
What's the empire? What's the empire?
The English-speaking Europeans who colonized parts of the world and populated them, you know, with Black people through slavery. So we're talking about the Caribbean. We're talking about even, you know, South Africa, you know, that got taken over by the Brits, you know, at some point. All these other places, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, everywhere in the Caribbean, like, it's just nasty. In the United States, look at the colors of the flag. It's part of the empire. Fucking Australia. Like, I fucking hate it, bro. I fucking hate it. How can you tell me you're fucking Australian when you're white? How can you tell me you're South African when you're white? Like, don't be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like, that warrants a beatdown, like, right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So if you're South African, fam, or if you hold South African citizenship and you white, don't come up to me.
But I think everybody realizes that. I mean, not to say everybody realizes that, but like, that's what, like even with the Elon Musk stuff, like saying he's from, South Africa, I'd be like, how, like, well, that tells me one thing that, so.
Yeah. We can keep talking about this, but you see, this is why I didn't want, because I feel like we kind of stopped the whole shit. And like, even though like people are listening, I don't think, I didn't want to go on a filibuster, you know what I mean? Number one. And I didn't want to make this not a fun show, because obviously, we're here to like talk shit to each other when it comes to this basketball thing.
If you are watching this and you didn't find any of that interesting, you need to go look in a mirror. I was locked in that whole time. I'm here for it.
Well, in that case, and I appreciate, y'all asking me these questions and letting me get off whatever I had to get off.
Like, I felt like I learned. So I hope everyone learned something in that conversation. That was good. That was good stuff. And I'm glad that we have a platform that we're able to do that stuff. So thank you, Euro, for diving into that.
And Dale's about to be pissed he missed that.
He missed that whole thing. Chat was getting on my head about eating mayo when we were having this deep conversation. I was trying to avoid doing it while the conversation was happening. Like, you guys are idiots for thinking that was the right time, but I still did it because they wouldn't leave me alone. So
I was so locked in on Euro that I thought you were probably doing it. Then I glanced over and I just thought about your breath smelling like mayo, and I hate it.
Dude, it's so bad. Like, I'm very close to it not staying down. Eddie Cano donated through the super chat, said Washington gang listening while working in Lacey. Shout out to you, Eddie. I think I've only been to Lacey like once. It's not
Yo,
much out
Battle
there, so.
Rap Ace, message me on Instagram. I got some questions for you about Battle Rap. Please, if you know my IG.
All right. Is Dell about to come back in here? We have something that we're going to listen to, but need to change. This one, boom. What is this one? It's about damn time.
Wow.
How do y'all feel about the KD to the Suns news?
What?
No idea.
They can sign. That would have to be they're gonna get that off. That's nasty, Battle Rap Ace. You don't have IG or any socials. I feel it. Lock in then. Email me.
KD to the Suns. Is that like how? Like free agent or whatever?
I guess it would be a sign and trade with DeAndre Ayton.
No way that.
Wow.
No way. All right, I'm good over here.
I mean, is that going to be looked at as part, like a 2.0 of his move to Golden State? Like, will he forever be lost?
Well, they didn't win. I mean, they didn't even go to the finals the year before, and he didn't lose to them. So I guess it's different.
But he's still joining up.
Luka's gonna be down in the basement again, and I don't know how I feel about that.
What? All right, let's listen to this. If you guys know, because this is old news now, a year old, I think. Legendofwinning dropped a music video, so we're gonna react to it. We're gonna listen to it. I've never heard this, by the way. This will be fun. And you guys are gonna watch it with us. So here we go.
Push to the shove, nigga, you a dub, and you know you ain't push shit. His shit is awful, my shit is gospel, boy, straight from the pulpit. Highlight reels when I show my skills, and it's nothing but a full clip. Guess I suppose I ball out these rolls, boy, I'm back on my bullshit. That's in them days when niggas are grinding and hustling off minimum wage. Puffing the sage, getting the chains, and listening to my young nigga rage. Plotting and scheming instead of your dreaming and wondering when the fuck I get paid. Few years later, now nigga getting paper, so I guess you could say a couple things change. All is mine, all is mine, all's real overtime. When you was in Miami, I was putting in overtime. Oh no, how sad. Another another nigga down bad. Damn dog, what's wrong, what's happened? 2 phones like a young nigga trapping. I'm not your average finesser, body your shit with no effort. You out here capping and flexing, 50K sit on the dresser. Saying I don't get to the bag, boy, I do it with no pressure. Black spot seeing videos, boy, this shit look like a leopard. You better check on who coming with you, cause I'm not like them other niggas. Only time you recognizable is when you dress like another nigga. And that's real talk, big facts. Even when they rewind, I'm still ahead of my time, so I know they gonna play back.
Fire.
Yo, absolutely.
This is low.
That was low.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Bodied it, dude.
That's
High key.
I liked it.
that D.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was good. That D
I
roll.
don't hear anymore, but
Yeah,
he
son,
bodied that.
I need that.
Yeah,
Fire.
it's fine.
If he loves the type of rapper, he just drops singles. I'll go listen.
Yeah.
He always
One a
says that
year.
with
One a
music. I'm
year.
not listening to the album. I don't want to hear a balanced album.
Oh,
No.
does he have other songs?
I don't know. If Lowe's on Spotify, I'm gonna lose my mind. If I can save that song on Spotify, I'm gonna text Low like, no way you're hustling this hard.
Oh my.
Low a legend, man. Low is the legend of winning.
Literally. Legend. So fire.
Fire.
I wish Dell could have heard that, but we'll send it to him on the
Low.
side.
He bodied that.
Freaking love Low.
Mars,
bro.
do you rap?
Definitely not. I have no musical talents.
Damn, so we can't have a battle rap with Low? Mars versus Low?
No with me, no.
Damn.
Wouldn't be much of a
It
battle.
would sound so sick, too, coming out of your mouth. Pause. It would be so fire. Mars spitting.
Jeremiah looks like he got a few tracks in the tuck. Look at his mic.
I ride a little, but I don't got nothing out like Low.
You look like you dabble.
Yeah, for sure. The way he's holding that.
Yeah, I ride a little bit, but that's it. It's a hobby.
Are you nicer than
All
Low?
it as he sees it.
I mean, I'm always.
Oh, that means that's a yes. Yeah, that's a yes.
I'm always gonna pick myself, but
Fire.
You're more philosophical, like Kendrick.
yeah, it's definitely a different vibe than what Low got. But that was heat to me, so I'm cool with it.
Low hopped on the wave and kind of he was on a wave right there. That beat really elevated the bars. I ain't gonna lie.
That's nasty.
Yo, what was his first line? Did I hear Dub?
No,
Was he coming at Dub?
No, this was this was before. This might have been before Dub's time.
Okay, yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to start some shit.
No, that would have been heat though. Name dropping Dub.
Dub in the studio. Man.
Dub in the studio.
Dub anywhere.
Dub anywhere for sure. Dub anywhere for sure. All right, I got a start bench cut for you guys. You're gonna rank them based off their playoff as a playoff performer.
Bet.
So first, you're gonna rank them, and then we'll talk about it. Shaq, starting with you: Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic.
Luka, Jason, Klay, Jimmy.
Jeremiah.
Luka, Jimmy, Tatum, Klay.
Euro.
You said start bench cut?
Rank them.
Oh.
Start bench cut, essentially.
Luka, Jimmy, Jason, Klay.
I got the same order.
Right.
Luka, Jimmy, Jason, Klay.
Why y'all think Jimmy's better than Jason?
In the playoffs.
I think it's a toss-up. I think Jimmy elevates more than Jason does.
Oh, this was
Yeah.
playoff.
Yeah, playoffs.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Leadership
Okay,
factor too. I think if Jason can figure out how to be, just I don't know, 80% of the leader that Jimmy is, and I think he can figure it out, it'll be scary.
Wasn't Jimmy seen as a bad leader? couple years ago. Wasn't that the narrative around him? Locker room
But I
cancer.
mean, that's when he was beefing with the Timberwolves.
Especially with the Wolves. Yep.
So do you think he's become a better leader, or he's just in a place where they value his leadership?
I think his leadership style fit.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly, he doesn't fit or didn't fit with the mentality that Cat had and everybody else.
Got it.
All right. Well, keep or kick is Dell.
But hold on. That begs the question, though. Do you think Jimmy will be as successful as he is if he wasn't on the Heat? Because clearly the Heat culture allows him to be who he is and kind of like wants him to be who he is, because it's like, you know, a perfect glove over the hand type of fit, as opposed to him going somewhere else. Like, do you think the Lakers would rock with that? Do you think the Knicks would rock with that? Do you think the Celtics would rock with that?
I think it more depends on his teammates than that actual organization, in my opinion.
I think him
I feel like
it's just they ran into Kawhi, who hit a crazy shot. I think, and I didn't like Brett Brown as a coach, but I think Jimmy's leadership style is, like Jeremiah said, it's about the players. Like, I never thought Karl Anthony Towns was gonna buy into Jimmy Butler challenging him the way he did. But if you look at, I think Joel Embiid, he relished in that challenge.
He appreciated it.
But whereas with Kat, I just think it just didn't work. And no offense, but Minnesota are kind of a franchise where Jimmy Butler wouldn't really be valued.
Did you see a Kyle Lowry for Russell Westbrook trade?
No.
I don't know why Miami would do that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a no for Miami.
That would be the worst shooting core of all time.
Lowry was on that bullshit in the playoffs. At least last round. Which is fair.
Chat,
Russell Westbrook's going to be hard to trade.
I need an order for keep or kick, chat. While they're talking.
I'm buying Russ out.
That's nasty.
Is it worth the championship?
But what can you do with that extra money, even if you do buy him out?
Yeah.
That's not the end of the Lakers' problems, though. Like I said, just getting rid of Russ is not going to do anything for them in terms of big picture winning a championship.
I don't think it solves all their problems, but I think it, in my opinion, is the first step to them getting back to being a championship team. I just don't see them being able to play at that level with Russ on the roster.
What about Russ for Zach LaVine?
I mean, if Zach says he won't go anywhere besides LA, I
need Zach to do that. I actually do need Zach to do that.
I
don't hate Russ. I just need AD healthy.
What if he ends up on the Clips for one of the, let's say PG, he doesn't want to be second fiddle to Kawhi no more. And he's like, dog, man, Chicago's a big market.
I don't see a way that Zach LaVine goes to the Lakers. I don't see the way the Lakers get anyone substantial, but whenever there's a team with LeBron on it, they're linked to everyone. So
I don't understand why Russell Westbrook isn't just shooting 500 threes a day. That'll solve every single problem.
Is it that easy to get better at shooting threes?
1,000%. 1,000%.
No.
Yes. If you
the 500 threes a day, that what it does for you is just build your confidence, but you still got to be in it. That doesn't mean just because you've seen, let's say 400 threes go down, like in like a 5-spot shooting drill or whatever a day over an entire summer, doesn't mean that
visualization. You got to do it during the season too.
Exactly. But I'm saying it's like over the course of an 82 game season, right? You go into a slump, which, every shooter does. Like nobody is just on for 82 games plus the playoffs. A player like Russ, that slump can fester and it can remain for the remainder of the season. So I don't think just shooting your 500 shots like a day is going to.
LeBron had the shooting guru come. He made him shoot 500 made threes a night. And then he had to watch threes from prior in the season every single night.
Yeah.
And this was the year where he went off in Miami and was shooting a 40 clip from three.
But LeBron is receiving a lot more confidence from other people in other facets of the game to where that gives him the confidence to even pull a three where he's like, you know what, I don't feel confident about it, and even make it. I don't think Russ has people on the side the way that LeBron has people on the side. You know, like, of course.
So I'm just saying, if you actually,
I feel like some of that is, because as a result of LeBron getting better. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like early on in his career, people were on
in all facets of the game, though, is what I'm saying. Russ,
if I'm Russell Westbrook,
Russ has been the same.
How do you not just want to prove everybody wrong?
Oh, he for sure wants to. That doesn't mean that he can't have lack of confidence in a particular part of his game. And I think with as confident as Russ is and as like full throttle as he is, and we compare that to that one small part of his game that is three-point shooting, I don't see confidence. And so to me, his biggest thing is confidence.
No, but practice, like whatever you practice, that's what you're going to get better at. I'm not saying Russ has to elevate to a 45% shooter, but anything over 35 for Russell Westbrook is helping the team out tremendously. And Dr. Strange said it's different. Shooting in games is completely different. I promise you, if you shoot 500 threes, if you just throw it at the hoop with the intention to make it every single day, or as much as you can during the season, during the summer, your three-point confidence, and it's just going to drastically shoot up, and you're going to be making shots that you normally wouldn't. But Russ wasn't even, he was, like you said, he was just scared to even shoot the shot.
I agree with you, but the reason why I don't think it matters is because it's not like Russ is the same athlete as he was. And so to me, the decline of his athleticism also contributes to his shooting or lack thereof, because the defenses key in on that. So what he would have to be is translate his game to, like Vince Carter translated his game. Of course, that's the ultimate. And I don't want to, say that he has to become a top three shooter percent. No, I don't think so. Especially not because his athleticism is gone now. He should have started to try transitioning way earlier in his career. Be more deliberate about being a more efficient shooter. Look how steep his decline is in terms of athleticism only.
I feel like that's also opportunity.
He's similar to Wade in that regard, where the drop off is a lot steeper.
It's tough for us to argue against somebody that just refuses to get better at the three-point shot. It's really not rocket science. You can't be Steph, of course.
Practice
1,000%. 1,000%. Same with anybody in the league with free throws too. If you're not making them and you feel like you want to increase your percentage, then you have to shoot more.
I was just about to ask you that with free throws, but what about Shaq then?
I was going to ask about Shaq.
But anatomy. Some people need to shoot a lot more than a fluent point guard. Shaq had a very stiff release. He would have to just work on it more.
I don't think Russ is fluent, and that's the point of shooting. His mechanics aren't.
But Russ is no, he's not working on his threes. He's now working on his free throws, not as much as he should. Makes me sick. Bron too from the free throw line. There's no excuse for that.
What about AD? Since the bubble year, he hasn't been shooting free throws that well. With confidence or rhythm?
Injury. I think league guys, like, it's more so of a feel, like Euro was saying, like you have slumps, you have streaks. Like, are they shooting? I don't know how many a day. Probably 50? And probably not even a day. You got back-to-backs, you got flights, so it's kind of hard. But the guys that are committed to do it.
FYI, that was my last bite of Mayo, chat. If I eat one more bite of Mayo, I'm going to throw up. So that's back in the fridge. Mozilla donated through the super chat. LBJ to Miami for Bam, Kyle, Hero picks. Possible?
Financially it's possible, but it would never happen.
That's nasty. That's really nasty.
I didn't hear that. What was it?
Bam, Hero, Kyle,
Bam, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's a lose-lose.
Bron's not moving unless he can guarantee Bronny being in the mix somehow for the coming season. the next whatever season that is that he's getting picked up.
What I agree that the Lakers wouldn't entertain that for Bron. Would they entertain that for Anthony Davis?
I'm packaging AD and Westbrook. I'm sorry.
That's like $70 million in 2 players.
For Paul George and Kawhi.
I would love that too. AD and Russ, for sure. I said this though, man.
Three-way deal.
I can't get down with AD. I'm sorry. As great as he is, I just bad luck and injury bug and all that stuff. I just can't do it.
Tough.
And I would be ecstatic if I was to meet him in the finals.
I would too.
Without trying to be on some dirty shit. You know, I don't believe in dirty playing, but
so is your lack of confidence in AD about his injury history or about like, him as 100%?
No, it has zero to do with basketball.
Okay.
It has everything to do with availability.
Do you have the same issues with Kawhi then?
I never really paid attention to Kawhi. Like he's not one of those, you know, because he's always been with teams where I'm just like, it doesn't matter, you know, like I don't necessarily like the Spurs. Like they're like, it's like, you know, in the nothingness category for me, like whatever. Raptors, whatever, you know. It was dope to see him like win a ring for sure. But Clippers, you know, little brother, like whatever. It's just he's always just been with franchises that are, when it comes to the NBA and its history, like inconsequential, you know. That doesn't mean he can't do historic shit, like I said, but yeah.
I feel like there's a big enough gap between Kawhi and Anthony Davis as players too that it's not a big deal for somebody to be down on AD because he's injury prone versus Kawhi. You know what I mean? I just feel
You're
like
talking about injury.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
can get with that.
I don't have an emotional stake in any franchise that he's played in, so that's why I never have an opinion. I don't have an opinion on Kawhi being, you know, injured or load managing or whatever. Like I just don't care.
I'm gonna hate the next 10 years in basketball circles when they try to catapult Steph in front of LeBron for no obvious reason at all. It's so nasty.
It's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get nasty for Steph regardless. You know, either way, if he wins the Finals MVP.
He's for sure top 10.
For sure.
Can we have a segment where we rank accolades? Like, you know, just the importance.
Ooh.
Because I feel like Finals MVP should be somewhere at the bottom.
I hold no grief.
It's next to Sixth Man of the Year. And
yeah, there's
it's next to Six Man. Six Man is big. What do you mean?
Oh, I've never understood. I've never understood giving an accolade to someone coming off the bench.
Yeah, that's a gimme award. That's very situational.
Okay.
I mean, it's cool,
but that's why we should have that segment.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
MVP is at the top.
For sure.
It would have to be. That holds a lot of weight. First team, second team, third team. I feel like if you make any team, it's just only a slight parameter between first 1, 2, 3, because you were top 3 in the league at your position, or top 6, however you want to put it. All stars.
What about defensive player of the year?
I prefer defensive teams to defensive player of the year.
So how do you feel about players who aren't? Because typically we say a defensive player of the year is not top 25. Ron Artest, Marcus Smart, Rudy Gobert.
Because offense is more important than defense. So if you are only providing,
says you.
No, it's pretty.
Wait, Euro, you don't think Rudy Gobert is a top 25 NBA player right now?
I mean, I think there's an argument that could be made that, you know, like people don't have him included.
Yeah, he's towards the back of that. But defensive player of the year and MVP combined in any year is like that's like Super Saiyan.
Who did that?
Giannis, Hakeem, MJ.
If you get an MVP and a defensive player of the year, I don't care in what years that you get them, but if you get them combined, that's like Super Saiyan mode.
Oh, so you just have to get them at any point in your career.
Yeah, at any point in your career, you're able to snag one.
Oh, okay.
And an MVP, that's valid.
So,
I can only imagine if you were playing at a high level of offense.
So what's more valuable, having, regardless of the year, having MVP and defensive player of the year, or 2 MVPs?
I'm going with MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, just because I look at both sides the same.
What needs to happen for that decision to be overturned, like a championship?
I mean, what's better than an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year? Like, how many MVPs would that take? 3. I mean, 3 would do it. 2 is kind of wild. It just depends on the fashion that you got it in. Like, I can't respect 2 Steve Nash MVPs over Giannis's Defensive Player of the Year and MVP.
What about
So do you
Giannis?
think-
What about
Go ahead.
Giannis and then Steph's unanimous MVP mixed with his other MVP?
Unanimous is different.
I like that. I like that a lot. Like, if you're at that elite level, like a Steph, I feel like that's just a one-off. Like Steph, MJ, I feel like Shaq should have got, of course, more MVPs.
Definitely.
Jordan for sure. LeBron for sure.
Yeah, all those guys.
So let me ask you this, because now everybody's like, yeah, this award means nothing because it's fresh. But 20 years from now, that'll mean something. And I hate it. I'm talking about the conference finals MVP. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I actually like them adding those awards. It just comes off corny to us because it's like, that's not the championship. But if you win your conference before going over to the East or going over to the West,
You said that last time. And I disagree, because you don't, yes, you win your conference, but the thing is, you could be trashed the series before, like absolutely not doing anything, and then or like just, you know, be a player that contributes to the success. But then in the finals, in the conference finals, you go off and now you're the conference finals MVP. And it's like, because what you said was you basically established dominance of your conference. And I'm like, no,
But
you didn't. It was just over that 7-game series.
I would argue, Euro, that happens with the finals MVP already, though.
And that's why I don't think finals MVP is
I
at the bottom of the list.
I think it should be a playoff MVP. If they're gonna keep it, just make it the whole playoff run. Anyone can.
I agree.
A good, especially when, like, for example, any finals that ends in a sweep. I'm not giving you an award for 4 games. I personally, it doesn't make sense. The series was over in 4 games. The playoff run was 22 games, and you get an award for playing good in 4 of them. For me, it's just too small of a sample size to give an accolade.
Anybody
I
that
don't know,
goes
I
crazy in the playoffs should get it.
I do want to defend the finals MVP. Just make one point. Like, if you look historically since, let's say, modern basketball, so since the 90s, and you just look at the list of finals MVPs, we're talking about 27, 28 of the 32 were guys who were that guy. Like, there are outliers, the Iguodala year, obviously, Kawhi winning it in 14, but for the most part, we're talking about superstars. We're talking about all-time greats.
If you get finals
top 15,
MVP
top 20,
and an MVP, that is up there. That's nice. Regular season MVP, then finals MVP, and you were dominating just all at once. You were just on juggernaut shit. That's crazy to me.
So what about MVP, Depoy, and finals MVP? That's just like top of the top.
I mean, didn't MJ do that?
Yeah. I'm just asking, does that mean Giannis gets into your top 10? Because he's done all of that.
I feel like Giannis, just because it's so early, I feel like he'll be there. Like, I don't even know if he has to win another championship. He just has to just put up ungodly numbers, and he deserves to be in the top 10. Just because, like, Giannis's dominance is so much different than Larry Bird's dominance to me, in my opinion.
What's
different?
the difference?
Difference is in better, or different as in they play differently?
As in better.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I love Larry Bird and what he did for the game, but I'm not going. I'm sorry, Larry. You were a dog, but nah, Giannis is Shaq level.
Fire.
No.
If Giannis had Kobe Bryant instead of Chris Middleton, it'd be a nightmare out there.
Yeah, that's no question, but that's because of Kobe, not because of
No, that's
Giannis.
also because of Giannis.
Shaq changed the game. He forced the league to make a rule change.
I know.
That is the highest award. Forget an MVP.
He came before Giannis. And Giannis is dominating just like Shaq in an era where I thought Shaq wouldn't be able to get off. And then I see Giannis doing all this, and I'm like, well, damn, Orlando Magic Shaq might have been able to come and tear this down, because what Giannis is doing is unbelievable. And it's unprecedented.
I don't think that's
Nobody's
comparable,
able to do
because because as agile as Orlando Shaq was, and him going coast to coast and everything like that, that is not the same as Giannis.
So then it's a hybrid Shaq. What Giannis is doing?
He's definitely a hybrid.
I
We
think
just
this
got
is
to figure
something
out
we
who the
haven't seen
guard
before.
version of the guard component of that is. But Giannis is definitely a hybrid. Everybody just throws in Shaq because Giannis is so dominant, like with brute strength. You know what I mean? But
I promise you, it is very similar. Just switch out the dunk package. Like that. All you can compare is the dominance.
But we're not talking about
right.
We're not talking about Lakers.
Right, and so that's what we all focus on. And so that I don't have an issue with it. I just think it's not, like there's nobody. Shaq is the only thing that it really says is Shaq is one of one, as is Giannis. And so for Shaq to say, you know what, you the Superman now, or whatever the case, like I'm cool with that. Like I don't have a problem.
If Giannis has Steph, it would be the most unfair shit we've ever seen in our life. And I'm not even kidding. Compared to any other player, LeBron, KD, if Giannis had Steph, it would literally be a nightmare, in my opinion. I don't feel like KD can do what Giannis does. I don't feel like LeBron can do what Giannis does right now in this day and age. And I can argue that I don't think LeBron could ever do what Giannis is doing right now as far as dominance. It just being undeniable. I'm going to the hoop. You're not going to stop me.
Oh, I
don't
disagree.
Miami Bron.
Miami Bron for sure. But I'm just saying the way Giannis has been getting this off the last 3 years is MVP. What it should have been.
I agree.
To me, as somebody as great, this is my point. As somebody as great as Giannis is, I would just like him to be mentioned in conversation with no one else. You know what I mean? Like I don't like bringing Shaq into this, and that point goes for Shaq as well. Like I just want Shaq to be. Well, you know how much of a Shaq fan I am in terms of just who he is as a player. So I just would like.
So who would you take all time, Giannis or Tim Duncan?
At the 4, you mean?
I mean, I guess it's different types of play, but yeah, essentially to build as a cornerstone of your team. If you're Greg Popovich, who do you think he's choosing? If he could do it over?
He could. Pop and Timmy is same. Like that. I think that's a synergy right there. That if you ask Pop, he will go with Tim just because
for sure.
He doesn't know if he would have that with.
Knowing what he knows now between the two players, like the talent that they bring to the table.
I am leaning towards the more athletic player just because that's who I was. I'm not, I wasn't a slug. So my personal preference is Giannis. But Timmy, man, like Timmy is, yeah. I'm not a fan of Timmy's, but it's Timmy, man.
Timmy Duncan.
What do you think Timmy and Giannis would do at the 4-5 in today's league?
Well,
do you think that they would go deep
with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, but make David Robinson better?
So you feel like it'd be a nightmare?
Yes, but you'd play Tim at the 5, obviously, and then Giannis at the 4.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Himmy Butler. Himmy Duncan.
Hold on. Do you think that'll work today, though?
Yeah, can you get away with that today?
I watched Cleveland play 3 bigs, and they were pretty good, and they didn't have the talent level that Giannis and Tim Duncan have. I think with everyone going small, if you have a mobile big like Giannis and then a traditional big like Tim Duncan, you're basically playing small ball, except the small ball is 6'11" Giannis. It's like Draymond Green can play the 5 for the Warriors, and that's because he's able to play like a big despite being small. So if you have a big who can play like a wing, you're still technically playing small ball. He's just a taller wing.
I'm taking Tim Duncan over Looney. And if Golden State's able to get away with it, then
you taking Tim Duncan over who?
Over Looney.
I mean, yeah.
It's close. It's close. If you look at it.
So are you taking Timmy over Giannis with the Popovich situation?
Yes, I'm taking Tim Duncan over Giannis.
Jeremiah?
Tim Duncan, for sure.
Shaq?
I'm going Timmy.
I think Giannis is more comparable
everybody
to
agrees.
Kevin Garnett than Tim Duncan.
Timmy Duncan, bro.
I don't know why Gerwinder Gill said that's nasty, Euro. I said Timmy. What you mean?
I
Timmy
really
gets
need
no respect.
like KG was. I'm not about to do this. KG was nice.
100%.
I just feel like Giannis was
KG
a lot better.
overrated.
Adam Jones just sent a super chat and
Whoa.
said Giannis is
Zero.
Patrick Ewing with better shooting mechanics, more ball handling, more speed, and better downhill footwork. He isn't as dominant as Shaq. So essentially, what Adam is getting at is
Russell Westbrook.
So he's not Patrick
Giannis
Ewing.
is nothing like Patrick
Steph
Ewing.
Curry without all the abilities. That doesn't make sense.
Except for this and me.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yo, but Adam, to this era, he is just as dominant as Shaq was to that era, and that's where the comparisons draw from.
Can we go back to KG being overrated? Because that lost.
Yeah,
us.
that was nasty, Euro.
I don't-
Overrated is nasty, but I'm taking Giannis. I'm sorry, without
Over who?
batting an eye.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that I take over. I mean, I don't want to say a bunch of guys, but there's definitely a handful of people that I would choose over KG, especially guys that are 4-5s, like a Hakeem, for example. Like I always look at him as a 4 just because of how
that
mobile
one's
he
not
is.
crazy though.
In the
Yeah,
era.
Hakeem over KG,
Like I gotta hear
Right.
like who you have
But
over
the thing
so
is,
I can
but
know.
the thing is, and this is what I mean. So when we talk about KG, people are talking about 4s, right? And they never think of Hakeem because Hakeem played the 5. But if I say Hakeem is a 4, in my opinion, that just happened to play the 5, he never gets mentioned in that. And so everybody, like we just said, there was no objection to saying, yeah, Hakeem over KG. And so I feel like there are other guys that
What
you
about
can.
Dirk?
I take Dirk over KG.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
wanna
go with that.
keep
I
going,
can't
keep
get
going,
behind
Shaq.
it, yeah.
Okay, you guys are idiots, but keep going, Shaq. I want to hear what one is like. Where does this get crazy? Barkley.
I mean, it's not too many 4s like that. That's the problem. Like elite.
And so,
4s.
and I'm not saying that KG is not elite. I'm saying that how people
What about Paul
at the
Gasol?
level that they hold him,
What about Paul Gasol?
I think they're neck and neck.
What about Jokic?
I'm picking Jokic,
What about Zach
but
Randolph?
Jokic is not. But Jokic is not a 4. Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
come
looking
on,
at
Zach.
big,
I mean, I like Zach, but come on, man. No,
Okay, I
that's
just
different.
have to see
what about
where we're at here.
What about Charles Barkley?
That's tough. I think Charles is unique in that sense because he's super short. As a 4.
I mean, we can't act like KG didn't have a bunch of empty stats and then he went to a super team and won a chip. So it's not like there's a bunch of evidence that KG was just like not doing what he was supposed to do on a
I'm
team.
not saying none of that.
whether it was right or wrong.
I'm not saying
just
none of that.
like, what about
I mean, KG's one of those guys with an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, like you said.
it's nice. What about healthy? I feel like he robbed somebody.
Of
KG.
who? Of MVP?
What about Kevin
Yeah, if I'm not
McHale?
mistaken.
I think he had them as the 1 seed, and Minnesota were terrible. No offense.
You're not serious, are you?
Did they go to the?
They went to the conference finals and then lost to.
I'm
the
not
Lakers.
disrespecting.
Okay,
KG.
hold on.
That's
I have a more serious one, Euro. What about Dennis Rodman?
No, come on, man.
Okay, all right. So I'm
what
just
about
trying to.
healthy, Anthony Davis?
I'm taking after I said what I said about AD, barring injury, I'm taking AD.
Chris Webber.
Over Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Chris Webber was gonna be my next one.
Yeah, Chris Webber. That's a good one.
No, I think Chris Webber is slightly under KG.
Okay, all right.
Karl Malone.
I'm taking Karl Malone.
Yeah, I feel like
This is
you
crazy to me.
properly rate Kevin Garnett though. I feel like.
So, and here's the thing. I feel like that proper rating that I just gave him, everybody kind of like agrees to a degree. But the mouthpiece that people give KD, like, KG, it's like, this guy's this, it don't match up with the rating, in my opinion. So I'm just like,
What about Chris
he's
Bosh?
overrated.
I feel like
Ooh, that's a good one, Shaq.
I've disagreed with every name you said except for Hakeem.
Okay, that's
What
you,
about
but
Chris
there's,
Bosh? What about
Yeah,
Chris
so
Bosh?
I'm lost.
I think they're neck and neck too.
See, that's where I'll disagree. I think KG is over Chris Bosh for sure.
Why?
Can I?
Why?
I
Look,
got-
you remember what he did with what Chris Bosh
Chris
did?
Bosh in
with-
Toronto
with
was
oh my God.
disgusting. It was disgusting. I I remember vividly Chris Bosh in Toronto, but I'm still taking Kevin
KG
Garnett.
never averaged over 22 points, but I mean he had monster rebounding numbers in those same years, like 22-12, 21-12, 22-13.
Did he not average 24 one year?
His MVP year, he did, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he was like 24. He was
yeah,
like 24 and 14 or something.
in 03, 24 and 14, which is yeah. But the bulk of he only averaged 17 for his career. Okay, let's take away the last 5, and it's probably averages out around like 19, 20.
Do
Yeah,
you
he
think
wasn't a
Bosh is
scorer.
was more important to the Heat's success than KG to the Celtics?
KG was the best player on
No.
the Celtics.
Yeah,
100%.
Easily the best player. He got robbed of that Finals MVP. Paul Pierce was like the 3rd best player in that.
Well, he also didn't play with arguably the greatest player ever.
He didn't. I mean, that's true, but Kevin Garnett.
So his
we're
supporting cast.
but we're talking about more important to the team. Kevin Garnett is the best player on the team. Is going to be more important than Chris Bosh, who was the 3rd, just by ranking on those rosters.
I would say that the reason why the Heat didn't win in that first year is because they couldn't figure Chris Bosh's part out, because everybody was on his head talking about prima donna and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's just too soft, like Bosh Spice. Skip was going crazy and everything. And it took Bosh to figure it out, or the Miami Heat to figure out how to, really, really work with Bosh in order to maximize what he can bring to the table.
Are you
So
talking
I
about
think-
2011?
Yes. And then they bounced back in 2012, 2013. So I feel like if that had never happened, Miami Heat wouldn't have won chips. So
Well,
I agree. They needed Chris Bosh, but
yeah, I feel like the reason they didn't figure it out in 2011 was more about who's 1 and 2 versus D Wade and Bron than it was about Chris Bosh's role. Because I feel like 2011, D Wade was kind of the leader of the team, so to speak. The closer, the go-to player. And then, because I think this was reported too, that D Wade had a conversation with LeBron, basically.
He did.
handing him the keys, saying you need to be the number 1 for us to be,
But to me, right, I agree with that. But to me, I think D Wade never ceased to be the emotional leader. And so that part just had to be figured out on top of that.
I don't know, Euro. I'm sorry. Like, that's a cliff. That's a strong cliff.
The
That's
KG joint?
Yeah,
I mean,
KG was
I'll stand on that. I know,
It was his peak years.
KG, people are so enamored with this guy because he's just the heart on the sleeve type of player, and people love that. And so I'm not going to be going crazy back and forth with people if they feel like that about KG. I'm not mad at it because, like I said, I think he's elite. I just think that.
I mean, you take him to a 1 seed with Sam Cassell. I mean, Wally was kind of hooping for sure.
Wally, as in Wally Zerbiak?
Yeah, Zerbiak was like that.
Yeah.
He was the 4th leading scorer on the team.
He went to the conference finals with Steph.
I mean, it was KG, Trail,
Steph,
Sam
Marbury.
and Wally was there. Wally was next up.
Wally. That's crazy. He used to be a Sonic.
maybe I'm overrating KG then, because I think other than Hakeem, he was better than everyone you said. And I think it was pretty clear-cut person.
You think Kevin
Like I
Garnett's the
said,
best
man,
power forward of all time?
I can't go
Mars?
back and forth with you, Mars.
Well, it depends on how I feel
if
about
that's how you
Duncan.
feel, that's how you feel. I know personally that this is an emotional take. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be, because I don't like KG on top of that. You know what I mean? I think he's a fake tough guy. So
That's fire. I love
Yo,
that.
don't hate me. Yo, Wally averaged 19, 20, 17, 15. Come on, stop.
with some atrocious defense as well. But
Come on.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Like your guy Jokic.
It's gas.
I wouldn't say
Wally
atrocious, but
Zerbiak.
average. And wasn't you a Jokic guy? When did this change? Because he won the MVP.
I didn't like him winning over Embiid. I'm still a Jokic guy.
Sounds like you've been
Heavily.
off the Jokic train recently.
Yeah, I don't, because I didn't like the narrative that the NBA tried to push right there. That analytics is more important than the eye test in basketball. That's not true. They don't make this sport into that.
You don't think Jokic passes the eye test?
Yeah, Jokic doesn't pass the eye test.
I mean, as far as like where you took your team, like you can't argue against what I feel like personally, what Embiid took hit the 76ers versus where Jokic, no, I don't think it's the same.
I thought you meant eye test is in how they just play the game, like when you're just watching them play. Not
I'm just
where
saying,
they
like,
ended up.
No. Like where they ended up, like that goes into the eye test for me. Like I see that, like this team finished here, this team finished there. That's a part of the eye test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All I'm saying is you have to put both of them together. You just can't do one heavily just because he broke the per rating record, whatever that was called. It was cute.
All right, let's do keeper kick, and we're changing it up this time. And shout out to Ali. I think his name is Ali. He sent us an idea for this next keeper kick, and he wanted us to do the NBA top 75. Let me actually get his name exactly here so I'm not screwing this up. Next time for keeper kick, it would be good to do top 75 all-time players and then put them at random. Yes, that's from Ollie. So shout out to you, Ollie. Thank you for the suggestion. And we're going to make some changes. 2 kicks each round.
Wow.
You get 2 kicks each round. You don't get to stash them. You either get 2 kicks or you move on. And you only get 2 a round. But you also get 1 block for the entire draft, which means... Let's say Shaq drafts Michael Jordan. Euro says, I want to block that draft. Then Shaq does not get Michael Jordan, and I read the next name off. And then if Shaq has skips, he can skip. If he has someone, he can grab someone. And then, I mean, you can...
Only the person...
What?
Can only the next person block, or anybody can block?
Anyone can block.
I don't like having 3 people plotting on me, but all right.
Anyone can block, but you only get 1 for the entire draft.
And you said I can't use my block to block the block.
No, yeah, no, definitely not today. You only get the block the pick, and because it's 75, and I'm not sure how this is going to pan out. If someone gets blocked, I'm taking them completely off the list. If somehow we go through this entire list, which I don't think we should, but if some way we do. The people that get blocked are going to be off. The people that get skipped, they'll come back around if we even get to that. I doubt it happens. I just want to get ahead of this in case this comes up. Get ahead of controversy.
Whatever you're working with, does that even allow for that?
What do you mean?
Can you take somebody out and then like just put another, like, the one that gets skipped, put them in the back?
Oh, I'm working with an actual list this time.
Oh, okay. Fire.
So I'm chilling over here.
I will say this. I am very confused at how we were able to manage to convert a straight up and straightforward game to a nasty one like this, but I'm here for it.
The chat saying, why can't Shaq play the reverse card? I don't know why.
One person said that.
Yeah, he goes, the chat.
Chat.
He doesn't speak for the other 266 people.
I should definitely be able to block a block with my block. I don't understand how simple that is. That's very simple.
I can't believe
No.
We're
We're not doing that.
I'm exercising my block to be unblocked.
How many? But hold on, is it 1 block per round?
1 block
just
the
in total.
entire draft.
Is it 1 block per person?
Okay, so here's the thing. If you get Michael Jordan, I block you, and you block my block, then Mars will just be like, all right, I'll block that shit.
Yeah.
And now you don't have Michael Jordan. Is that what you want?
My block. I'm gonna work out a trade.
Get out of here, bro. My God. All right, are you done?
I'm gonna trade him MJ for the block. Yeah.
All right, does everyone understand? You get 2 skips around. 2 skips around. You don't get to stockpile them, so you only get 2 skips around. If you don't use it the first round, you don't get 4 the next round. 2 skips around, 1 block for the entire draft. Everyone has a block. You can only block other players' picks 1 time. I don't know how I want to do this part. So let's say someone blocks Shaq in round 1. Can he continue to get blocked in round 1, or do we just say you can only get blocked in 1 round, once a round?
No, we can all use our blocks.
All right.
Him first round if you want.
I have a proposal because it's only 4 of us. JD, I think we should do. You get 8 total moves, whether skips or blocks, and go from there. You can use 8 blocks or 8 skips, and that's for the whole entire draft. I'm not too chummy about the 2 skips per round, but I would love to do. You get 7 or 8 total moves, whether it's blocks or skips, and you can use them however, and it's an all-out war. Pokemon.
Euro, I'm with you, bro. We had it. We were right there. We were at the finish line. We were right there. We were about to start.
I mean, 2 skips, to be honest, is just like 2 skips, boom, boom, I skip, all right, whatever.
I think we should
But
just
8
play by the
total
rules that were read
this is
out.
the 75 greatest NBA players of all time.
You guys have no imagination. I feel like Dame Dash right now. You guys have no imagination.
God.
8 total moves.
He wants
You
to
can
take
use it
the
as a
magic
blocker.
out of
All right. I'll tell you
You
what,
like
man.
that.
I'll block that bullshit that you just suggested.
Yeah.
How about that?
Shaq doesn't see the magic of it.
Watch how silly this gets with the blocks in 2 skips. Come on, let's go.
You haven't even done it yet.
I mean, there's always the next episode, man.
Yeah, exactly. We could change it next episode, but we haven't even done this one
I
yet.
don't want to use any skips. So whatever my players, just put them down since it's just luck of the draw now.
Oh my God.
Come on, all right, come on. I'm ready. So 2 skips and 1 block.
Yes.
All right, come on.
Actually, we're gonna do 15 blocks, skips, and jumps.
What's the
You
jump?
get to jump ahead of somebody in line.
Do their spot. You get to cut somebody.
Keep kick or cut. Oh my God. That is pretty fire, actually. That might actually be fire. Cutting somebody in line to take
Chill,
that pick.
man. Come
All
on,
right, my
let's
bad.
get it.
All right.
Let's get
2 skips around, 1 block for the entire thing. Starting with the order's Mars, Shaq,
and
Euro,
one
Jeremy.
reverse. In one reverse, you can reverse the order.
Now we playing Uno, goddamn. Well,
Yo, I'm actually deaf.
One reverse, so I can stop you from getting MJ after me.
All right, Mars, Shaq, Euro, Jeremiah. 2 skips, 1 block. Mars, Moses Malone.
Skip.
What?
I don't like Moses.
He's better
Malone.
than KG.
I don't like Moses
I
Malone.
promise you that.
That's cool. I don't like him.
Magic Johnson.
Keep. I'm very happy with my decision.
There we go. Cool. All right, Shaq, Robert Parrish.
the chief.
I'm gonna skip.
Wow.
Dominique Wilkins.
I'm also gonna skip.
All right, you get Dave.
Hold on, can we block skips to where he has to take them?
No, just the player that they draft.
That's
Dave
nasty.
King.
That's nasty.
But he has to take Dave Cohen.
Did he? Wait. Who?
Dave
Dave Cohen's.
Cohen's.
Are you gonna put him at PG?
Was he not a big?
He probably was.
He was. He played.
I'm taking him over Robert Parrish. Let me go look up these stats. Yeah, never played him.
All right, Euro, you might want to use your
He was
skip
pretty
for
good.
this one. Do you want me to say
So
the
what
name, or do
say?
you want to skip him
Is
before?
it KG?
No,
8-time All-Star, 2-time NBA champ, 3-time All-NBA,
I'm making-
Rookie of the Year.
I'm making the game spicy. I could either say this name or you can skip him.
It was like that.
JD, the way you've been treating me in players' court in recent history, I'm gonna make you say this name because I don't
It's
trust
Michael
you.
Jordan. It's Michael Jordan.
Oh,
That would have
Who's
been
gonna say
nasty.
it?
That would have been nasty if I told you to skip.
yes, for sure. I mean, you did.
If I actually made you do it, though, that would have been nasty.
Are you gonna take him?
Mars, come on, man.
I don't know. Maybe you don't want to build around Michael Jordan. But he punched teammates in the face. Locker room cancer. No, it could be tough.
It's the culture. They won that year, didn't they?
They
And
won
the
every
guy
year.
that he punched hit that shot to win it, right? So he knew what he was doing.
That's not important.
Yeah, I think this is the time where you ask if anybody wants
Would
to use their
anyone like
block.
to use their block? Yeah, I was
No,
waiting.
oh my God, that's nasty. You should have just.
I mean, it was coming.
They need to know. They need to know to block it.
I mean, it doesn't
If I'm,
sound
if
like
I'm in the
anyone's.
paint and I see somebody coming, trying to shoot a layup over me, I'm not looking at the coach to tell me whether to block it or not.
I feel like no one's trying to block this
You
though
know to
right now.
block this?
I'm cool with him having MJ.
Yeah, he can.
So then what's the point of having a block if arguably the number one greatest player of all time is not blocked. That you see,
So why aren't you?
I mean,
using
who's
your-
blocking?
Why aren't you? Why aren't
because
you?
I
using
need
your block?
I need more blocks. I don't like how I only got one block and I can't.
But you want
decide
us to use our block.
You don't want to waste your block, is
You
what
won't
it
use
is.
your block on the
You
arguably
trying to get
greatest
somebody
player of all
else to
time.
block.
Shaq is so nasty.
This is the only time a block would be valid. Why would you not block Michael
So if it's
Jordan?
valid, if it's
So block
valid,
him
you
then.
can use it.
No, just take away blocks because if I don't know who you're gonna use them on, Gary Payton. What?
I'm saving my block. You clearly want to save yours, but you want me to not save mine.
No, I think we should. I don't know.
I think you should use yours. I think you should use yours.
He's like, how can we gang up on Euro the best way to where it doesn't affect me negatively?
Yeah, exactly. But I'll use block. What do you mean?
So are you blocking?
Yeah, I'm for 1,000%.
All right, JD, hit me.
All right. Ray
Let
Allen.
you guys figure out.
He was top 75. Wow. I didn't even know that.
You don't remember when Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett were standing next to each other at the top 75 thing, and it was like a big
I was
deal?
there. I don't remember him being there. That's crazy.
He didn't
Really?
deserve to be
Bro,
there.
you guys don't remember like how
There's
awkward it
something
was.
he whispered. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh
Never
yeah. I
surprised.
remember.
I'll be
Surprised.
honest.
Ray Allen.
That was a lot going on. My bad, man.
Oh, you're chilling. Ray Allen though, Euro.
Yeah, I'll take him.
Billy Cunningham, Jeremiah.
I'm gonna skip.
Wow.
Wow. Can't believe it. All right, I can either say this name or you can skip without me saying the name, and then you get the next player.
Why are you doing this, JD?
Because it's LeBron James. Are you keeping him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna keep him.
All right. Mars, Euro, and all right. I guess it's just Mars and Euro.
You can have LeBron. I don't care.
You can have LeBron.
Wow. All right, Jeremiah. Steve Nash. You get a fresh 2 skips, by the way, because this is round 2.
Who is it on?
Jeremiah.
That's tough. I'll keep him.
See, now you've ruined your team.
Mars, Euro.
How
They both need the ball half the time.
is it bad to have two playmakers?
It's bad when they both need the ball.
They don't
Mars,
both need
the
it.
genius.
LeBron doesn't need the ball.
They don't both need the ball every possession.
Yes, they
I
do.
don't. I don't want a heliocentric offense.
Well, you're going to get it
Let 'em share.
with both of them.
Let them share the basketball. It's not like Steve Nash can't play off the ball.
Heliocentric. The Queens.
When you've seen it,
We've seen Bron play off the ball too.
and he was clearly better with the ball. But we'll see. I doubt the success of this.
All right,
Just
Euro.
block it already, Mars. You seem jealous.
Yeah, you do seem jealous.
I am. I like Steve Nash.
All right. I'm
Block
gonna
that shit then.
I'm gonna say
No, definitely not.
all right.
Doesn't pay
A block
defense.
should really be able to grab the player and put him on your team. That's what a block really should be.
If it was, then I would make that block.
All right,
And
Euro.
I should have him.
You have 2 skips this round unless you want me to just automatically skip this player right here. And then you get 2 skips.
Just say the name. goddamn
Giannis
it.
Antetokounmpo.
Keep.
You really want
Block.
Ooh, Mars coming
Ray-
in with the
I don't
nasty,
like-
nasty.
So I'm the
Giannis.
only person. No, me and Jeremiah, the only ones with blocks left, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Anthony Davis, Euro.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
No health
Yeah,
issues.
That's not sitting well
Ever.
with them.
Can never get injured. This is 2K injuries off.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's unfair. No, they have to play a whole season. Whether he makes it through, that's on him.
All right. I mean, that's enough. 1 vote is enough for me. So like, I'm skipping him.
All right, you want this next name? Dave Bing.
Skip.
Wow.
Yeah, Euro getting blocked twice is crazy.
Russell Westbrook. Euro. That's who you...
Golly.
See, now what a great block from me.
All right, Shaq. Lenny Wilkins.
Skip.
Sam Jones.
Skip. Just type in the next name.
Shaq.
Let's go.
Block.
Type in the next name after that.
Steph Curry.
Damn it.
Go.
I would have got Steph. That's
All right.
crazy.
So Shaq got
go.
blocked. Steph got
I didn't
picked.
need another big anyways. Thanks, Euro.
All right.
Steph Curry and
Jeremiah
Dave
is the
Cowens.
only person with a block left. Mars. George Girvin.
George
Nice,
Gervin next to
man.
Magic.
Mars is nasty with his little, you
Right.
know.
Right.
That's a keep if you didn't hear me.
Chris Paul.
Skip.
Dave DeBouchier.
Skip.
Whoa. We don't know yet. I have to think.
Does thinking include going to basketballreference.com?
No, I know who he is. I'm just trying to think. 'Cause I got George.
That's
I
so
got
fire.
I got
Yeah,
George
Mars.
Gervin.
Yeah, Mars. Of course.
So if I have a wing,
Like, how
And
many
then
rings
whether or
does he
not-
have?
I have no idea. Do you want me to check?
No,
This
you're
is a
already
big,
on the
right?
page. You just let me know.
He's a wing.
Oh, take two.
Skip.
All right, you got your GOAT, Bill Russell.
I'm so happy.
That's
Jack,
all the rings there.
literally.
Sir.
Bob Pettit,
Skip.
Scottie Pipp,
Keep.
Ray Allen,
Jeremiah?
Russell Westbrook.
anything
That's
to say
tough,
over
right?
that?
I
Letting you
don't
know you still have a
envy
block,
Euro.
Jeremiah.
Hmm.
Euro,
Yes, sir.
Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, God.
Damn, you got a rough team. Your
Skip.
team's a little rough around the edges.
Tim Duncan.
Keep. Don't do it, Jeremiah.
I'm gonna block that.
Yo, that's so
Oh,
Rick Barry.
skip.
Patrick Ewing. All right.
Yeah.
Not bad. Jeremiah. Wow.
Your woulda, shoulda, coulda team would have been nice.
All right. All the
Yes.
blocks are gone. Jeremiah. Hal Greer.
Yep.
Jerry Lucas.
Skip.
Elvin Hayes.
Damn.
Bill Walton. You get 2 more skips, by the way, also. This is round 4.
Yeah.
You would have had MJ, Giannis,
Mm-hmm.
Tim Duncan. They did you bogus, bro.
Yes. I would have for sure won.
You're
with
the one that
lineup.
blocked MJ. You're the one that blocked
I
MJ.
blocked MJ. Y'all was blocking Giannis and Tim Duncan. Nah.
Yeah,
Y'all
'cause
wanted
Ray,
y'all
Ray
wanted
Allen,
me to
Ray
block
Allen, and
there.
Giannis is crazy.
Nah, y'all
Elvin
did
Hayes
want
played
me
the
bogus.
four.
Bill Walton?
I picked Ray Allen because I figured ain't too many like pure shooters on that top 75 list. So if I get
It's
Ray
facts.
Allen, like I gotta go with him.
That is facts.
Elvin
Elvin
Hayes
Hayes
could play
Mars
the
played the
four.
four.
He played the 4. Well, he played the 5, but he could play the 4.
They're
Like he
supposed to
played
be
4
some
5.
JD, there's supposed to be some type of benefit for me getting blocked or you are getting blocked. He should have some type of advantage because blocking him 3 times, that's not fair.
Hilarious.
It is, I mean, it is what it is. That's the
He
game.
played power. He played the 4 more than the 5.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, you get to reset the blocks after everybody uses their block?
Which player am I on, JD?
That's what the chat
Bill
said.
Walton.
I'm gonna keep.
Now you got 3 playmakers.
You act like that's a problem.
Overpassing.
Just
Nobody's
interesting.
shooting.
Overpass.
Like the
LeBron
Harlem
James not gonna
Globetrotters. Like what is
Only
going
one
on?
man can shoot outside 3
When they're
feet.
doing their little figure 8 at the top of the key.
That's tough. Overpassing is tough.
Euro.
Yes.
Oscar Robertson.
They go.
Skip.
Dolph Shays.
Skip.
Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
Got
You could
your
have had
guy.
the 2 triple-double kings.
Yeah, but I mean, what is the Big O going to do against this competition here? Like, come on.
Yo, I don't know
Get
what you
rebounds.
player choice gods, but this karma that's coming back around your way.
That's crazy. I mean, really, it wasn't no karma, man. Like, don't put that on my karma. My karma is good, bro. I've been living righteous. I had Michael Jordan, Giannis. Come on, man. Timmy. I've been good. It's y'all.
Why they give you Kevin Garnett next?
I said, like, KG is elite.
Take literally any power forward over him.
I would, but KG is still elite.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Who I got?
Allen Iverson.
Yep.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
I think we can find a spot for him. Think he'll fit right in.
Mars.
Mars, you don't want Hakeem, no way. Trust me.
Hakeem and Bill Russell, no one scoring.
Kawhi Leonard. Mars.
Keep.
Karl Malone.
That should be a free skip.
You're skipping him? Why do you want a free skip?
100%. I mean,
Because of off-court activities, you can't align yourself with that.
because of off-court activities.
Well, he's in the top
100% agree.
75.
You a stand-up dude, Mars.
Acting like
Thank you.
that's nothing. Like it's not a big deal. Yeah, that's bad locker room chemistry.
Kevin McHale. Mars.
Was the Carmelo one a free skip or not?
He's on the top 75. I mean, I don't choose
I don't accept this
whether
a free
the
skip. That was
NBA
more of a
wants to.
integrity thing that we appreciated you for.
Damn. So okay. What are the chances? I need a 2 guard.
Can't believe you're trying to
Skip.
cheat too. By the way, James Worthy.
Oh, Magic and James Worthy. Yeah, I'll take that.
Jason Kidd. Shaq.
Do I want J Kidd? I really do. I really do want him, but I want to play also. I want to gamble a little bit. Who is left out there? I feel like I can get a Kobe. I feel like I can get a Kobe for no reason at all. I feel like I already won, so I'm gonna skip.
Yo, Shaq,
Kidd.
that is bananas. And I know you didn't see this list. Like no one saw this list, but Kobe is next.
Yeah,
I don't believe it. I don't
I don't
believe
believe
it.
it. That's just
swear to
cheating.
God,
It's cheating.
I
It's
cheating.
made the dot.
I disagree.
Yeah, all right.
I
I want.
disagree.
I want Kobe.
That
Thank you for
is-
rounding
This
off.
is fucking
But-
tampering,
Bananas.
corruption of the highest order,
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
That's crazy.
I'm literally
You're
using
That's
You're
why you had so
argument.
much
You're against
Schadenfreude
Kevin
when you was like,
Garnett.
"Oh,
That's
your
crazy.
karma and shit," because
Yeah,
you knew
that's
Kobe
crazy.
was coming.
That
That's crazy, bro.
was crazy. I couldn't believe that came out of his mouth when he said that. I was looking at the name like, no
Yeah,
way.
don't even try to play it off, man. You in cahoots.
Bro, that
You are
was,
definitely in
that was
cahoots.
actually bananas. I wish we were so I could be like, you're disgusting, but that was actually pretty sick.
Yo, I'm like, who's left? Kobe.
This is nasty.
That was actually
Yeah, I like that.
crazy.
Thanks for that skip on Carl Mars. I mean, I was gonna get Kobe anyways because I was gonna skip.
All right, Euro. Paul Arizin.
Skip.
Wow.
Pistol Pete.
I do need a guard.
Could have had the bigger.
I mean, I'm not winning anyway, so yeah, let me get Pistol.
Wow, you brought him to lose. That's crazy.
Sabotaging him. Jeremiah. Damian Lillard.
I need a 2. I'm gonna skip.
David Robinson.
Skip.
James Harden. All right. Here you go, audio listeners. Mars has Magic Johnson, George Gervin, Bill Russell, Kawhi Leonard, James Worthy. Shaq has Dave Cohen, Steph Curry, Scottie Pippen, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Kobe Bryant. Euro's got Ray Allen, Russell Westbrook, Patrick Ewing, Kevin Garnett, Pete Maravich, Jeremiah has LeBron James, Steve Nash, Elvin Haynes, Bill Walton, and James Harden. Who won, chat?
Put up a poll. We got 4.
I smoked y'all, but
No, you might get disqualified because of, corruption.
I feel like what Kobe would have did for your team, it would have made it a little bit more interesting for sure.
Voter suppression. What MJ would have did for my team would have made it. You know what I mean?
What was Shaq's team? What was Shaq's team?
Shaq's team was mid. That's what Shaq's team was.
Shaq is OD nasty, dog. He would have hit every aspect of corruption, minus tax evasion.
You don't need to run the poll.
Yo, JD, how many players were left?
I'm definitely let me vote. I'm definitely not voting for you, Shaq.
Yo, I cannot believe the basketball guys just lined up Kobe for me.
We got
did they?
we got through 48 names. And there's 46 on this list because apparently the last 2 tied. At least that's what the article said.
None of you guys have a guy with 11 rings on your team.
Mars in second place. Jeremiah getting not 1 vote is disgusting.
Because they all need the ball. That's why.
Overpassing. I said it.
James Harden needs the ball. Steve
0%.
Nash needs the ball. LeBron James needs the ball.
Okay, first you were talking about playmakers. I feel like LeBron can get in score mode. James Harden is a scorer.
But they need James Harden is not offering you anything without the ball as a scorer. He still needs the ball. And then you have LeBron James and Steve Nash just standing around waiting for him to just pass on the ball.
I saw LeBron James go to 4 finals in a row playing with another ball dominant player. So
was he as ball dominant as James
Next,
Jeremiah, 0% is nasty.
That is nasty.
Next episode, we'll let Shaq make the rules for keeper kick.
He did make the rules.
That just worked out for me. That's incredible, actually.
We're gonna let him make the rules for the next one, though.
Someone said Bill Walton, bad pick. That's crazy.
Those were my rules that game, Euro.
I mean, you in cahoots with him, obviously.
I don't know what you're talking about. We did the 2.
You gave him Kobe, gift wrapped him.
Yeah, you're right. I was like, hey, by the way, I texted him on the side. I was like, yo, use your skip. Kobe's coming.
I didn't know we could come up with a game that was going to be more corrupt and biased than Players Court. This is crazy.
You're disgusting.
Who did I get? Oh, Jason Kidd. And I was like, man.
Yeah, right. Look at it, Jason Kidd like that.
That's what this game is all about.
See, now he's finding the magic in it.
Yeah. I'm starting to hit my hot streak.
He's coming around to it. Oh, my God.
For what it's worth, though, this game is fire.
I love it.
I just like it with better players. I hate it with the no-name.
I love it with the no-names. That's what makes
I love it with the no-name, too.
That's what makes it.
Because it's not so repetitive, man.
Right. Because, like, with all good players like that, granted, there's some guys that you're obviously like, oh, yikes, but it makes it more interesting to me. Like, hearing a no-name and then someone gets LeBron James next, like, wow.
Yo, how can we do the draft where we start with one player and you can only draft players that they play with, and then the next pick is players that he played with, and the next pick is players that he played with?
That's fire. Or you have
we start with Allen Iverson, and then you have to do like Dikembe Mutombo. Then you have to find somebody that played with Mutombo on the Hawks. And then circle around there.
That is
roster draft.
I like that.
Fire draft.
Yeah, that's fire.
It'll all be intertwined by the end.
That is a fire draft. I would like to do that next show.
Next episode.
Also, we could also do the first player that you pick. You got to stick with that franchise
the entire time.
Yeah, that's another good alternative.
So let's say someone picks Kobe Bryant. Can no one else pick Shaq? Like Lakers are now off the board, or what?
I feel like you should be able to get both, and you both are just stuck with the Lakers.
Damn, that would be tough. Yeah,
Dave is
that's a
actually
good one.
nice. I love my team. It was actually amazing. I should have got 100% of the votes.
Can we get some likes up, please?
Please.
The
I'm
people don't
begging.
even
I
know
just ate
Russell is, that's why.
mayonnaise. And I'm burping now, like Euro said.
My stomach, yeah. Yo, I'm so Golly said he's gonna steal my draft and run it tonight. I respect it.
Godly, you're banned. So we're gonna reban you. So oh boy. All right. Well, thank you, Del, for coming back. That was great. Maid outfit, full effect. You're welcome, chat. I feel sick.
Yeah, if you don't know, everybody go Google Dr. Sebi.
Yes.
What's that?
Yes.
That's the information we need to talk about next episode.
We can do that.
What is that?
I'm not too well, like too familiar with him, but of course, grand scheme of things, I'm, like I know who he is, I know what he did, I know what he stands for and everything. So for sure, we should be talking about him.
All right.
Sell food?
Yeah,
What?
essentially. Yeah, you're on
The
something.
Dr. Sebi diet?
Yeah, I mean that's
Okay.
not the only thing that he's known for.
Okay, well, I just did a quick. I don't know who he is, so I just did a quick Google search just to see what we're on the lines of. But anyway, all right. Final words.
Love is love.
Warriors in 6.
At Urine Hezi on all platforms, no Pornhub. I'm bringing that back. I like that.
Hit up I'm So Godly if you want to enter the draft tonight.
Also, hit me up if you want Godly Band. All right. Mayo is disgusting by itself. I love you all. We'll see you on Sunday. Peace out.